All right, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, episode number 89. And it's another glorious Sunday. We are back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, and we've got actually two special guests. We've got MPD and the single player effects of Black Ops 4, Xbox Asian Division, Pokemon Go, and Spider-Man DLC impressions to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord whose balanced and objective personality in regards to the gaming industry is truly refreshing to watch. Not only is this Lord the embodiment of what it means to be a true gamer, but similar to the IOP, this Lord respects all platforms and game genres, while at the same time unifying the podcast community. Introducing the creator and host of the WDFC podcast and co-host of the original NLG podcast, the Lord of Ford Mustangs and all things Texas sports, and the very first Lord to give LordCognito and the IOP a taste of their own introduction medicine. Making his debut into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Fastback 6768. How you doing, sir?
You got it. Thank you.
Ooh, what's going on, brother?
I am honored. I'm excited. Big fan of you guys. I'm ready. I'm here.
Appreciate you, man. Long overdue. You too, man. Been wanting to do this for a while. We got WDFC in the building, NLG in the building. It's gonna be fun today, man. I'm hyped. You ready?
Try it. Do that first.
You sound like the only person that's not sick. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like the only person that's not on medication right now. That's exactly what you sound like.
And of course, I want to introduce a Lord who I first had the opportunity to cross paths with at E3 2015, and is an absolute pleasure for all the Lords to see at each and every Microsoft event. This Lord is one of the most passionate members of the Xbox community, consistently rubs shoulders with all gaming royalty, yet at the same time is the most inclusive and humble Lord to ever interact with.
Facts.
Introducing the creator of the legendary TXR podcast and one of the pillars in the Xbox community, the coolest Lord in the realm, and by far the most requested gamer tag to be sold in Xbox Live history. Finally making his debut into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Southbound 110. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, that intro, bro. I mean, how can you even like finish off a podcast when you got intros like that, man? I'm like flabbergasted right now.
Let's go.
I'm do my ha dips. It's beyond me. Jesus. Nah, man, but it's an honor to be here with you guys. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I just want to thank you guys for having me.
Facts, man. Yo, so good to have you both in the building. Southbound, you know this is long overdue.
Yes,
This is like royalty. This is family, a friend. So we gonna have some fun today, man. I'm happy that you're here, bro. All love. And you know we got the four horsemen of gaming, those original Lords of the realm here at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or Godyssey, how I like to say it.
The Godyssey.
I'm still like 40 hours in this game, and I'm still only level 28. Like
That's your game of the year?
Yeah, it's my game of the year.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I like? I like the fact that before all this stupid internet crap, people used to have an opinion.
What? That's not popular. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't be singular.
You got to be tuned. You're a robot.
You mean to tell me
installed?
You mean to tell me, Lord King, that you're not gonna attack me for not choosing God of War,
brother? I'm a Lord in you right now. I'm having
it was funny. Fun. It's even worse when it comes to reviews. It's like if I don't give a game a 10 out of 10, like.
I know, right? Who the hell gives
community a horrible game?
The nerve of you going against the grain. Game of the year? How dare you have a different opinion?
How dare you have Assassin's Creed Game of the Year?
Would you enjoy it, man?
Fallout 76 Game of the Year.
Oh no, you gotta throw that in the bushes. You gotta throw that straight in the bushes.
Not you. You got to go. Hold on.
How you do Fastback like that?
Selectively inclusive. Just that.
Listen, obviously you got the finished version.
No doubt, man. I feel you, Alex. So that's it. It's been a lot of what you call it, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I really enjoy the game. I've been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 13, the
Okay.
backwards compatible game.
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even have an X. I have an S.
Mhm.
And it's crazy. Like, this game looks like it came out this gen. Like, it really did. They did a good job on the, the backwards.
That upward scaling, right?
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
looks
they did
really
a good
good.
job on that.
Yeah.
I don't even like, Microsoft did a lot of really good work with that, but
Mhm.
I think Square Enix, had a game that came out ahead of its time too. So
That's what's up. Yo, shout out. You can continue.
every area it was a downgrade, but in the visualized, it was definitely an upgrade back then.
That's what's up. Yo, shout out to the backward compat team and them guys, man. Bill Still and the crew. Fantastic job with that one. No doubt, Attic, good to have you back. You were missed. And of course, we have the most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives with a single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank, fresh off his vacation. Lord Sovereign, how you doing, sir?
I am doing great, man. You hear me? You hear my voice? Like I'm rested.
I hear the rest.
That's that Puerto Rican water that he got when he was over there. Ooh.
I slept all day yesterday. Got home late. The actual flight was delayed a little bit. Got home later than expected, but I just slept. Got all the mojitos out of my system, and just
got the mojitos chilling.
Yeah, man, chilling.
The family's good, right?
Or just like it was low key, or y'all was doing it up?
No, it was low key. I mean, when you go there, you always gotta see family, and no matter how much time it is. So we were there like 4 days, so it was just like Friday was running around just saying hi and bye to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving was low key, quiet, just stuffed my face, did nothing. But you always have your days there where you go see like friends and whatnot and hang out and just make sure try to avoid some of the craziness over there. But it was good. It was good, and obviously the weather, because I heard things about Thanksgiving over here.
Oh yeah,
left at a good time. It was crazy in New York City, bro. Oh, it was nuts.
I was like, I saw people bundled up. I was like, oh, it's one of those years, like, and you don't want to be out there.
Nipples was on chill.
But it was good, man. Like I didn't do much in the way of gaming. Like took the Switch with me, never took it out of the case.
Yeah, that's kind of like how it is in my house. Sitting in front of the TV watching me play good stuff. Hello.
Oh my Lord.
But like I planned to play some Diablo. Didn't happen. Just stayed in the case. What I did do though, I tried to catch up on some Netflix, man. Like I watched all of Castlevania, season 2.
Yes.
Season 2, that is the best Castlevania thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't even want, honestly, I don't want 2D Castlevania games anymore. I want like this blown out 3D. Like Lords of Shadow was good, but I want story like that. That was crazy. The characters, everything, that was fantastic. And I'm almost done watching The Haunting of Hill House. If you haven't seen that, see that.
No doubt. Real quick before I pass the king, did you get the chance to see Geriatric 3? I mean, anybody else does that?
Oh, I missed it completely.
Oh, no, I did, though. When we get to my segment, I got that.
I thought about it. I was like, I don't want to see this Oscar De La Hoya train wreck just for that one.
All right, we'll save it for King. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the excess gamer.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat Sports, who is a man of his convictions, demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic. Actually, I'm sick as hell. Actually, I'm sick as hell. Shout out to Mucinex for that.
We can't tell, right, Sal?
Nah, it's that Mucinex, baby. Get that sponsorship.
Hey,
Let's go.
come on. Hey, a minute. You on that lean?
Ah, man. Hey, only thing I'm leaning
on
is
that
more.
mud. He's on that mud. Could be purple, could be pink.
Tell him about it. Yo, hey, Sal, you wasn't supposed to talk about that.
I know. It's the Lord's morning. My bad.
It's the Lord's day.
Okay, cool.
Lord, please forgive me for my conviction.
me and Self got a crazy story. I really want to tell that story. With Self here.
Is it suitable for Sundays?
Oh no, it's crazy. It's crazy good. It's a crazy good. It's my racist story.
Oh,
you're talking about the bar.
Yeah. I'm talking about the bar.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my fraud on me, right? So it's real quick, and then I can get into what I'm playing and that other stuff. But this is a fraud.
Can you be
on
king
me.
of the fraud police if like you're being a fraud yourself? Because I'm confused how that.
Oh yes, but you know what? That's how you become the king of the fraud police.
He's on point though.
Go for it, kid. Go for it.
He's just
So check it out, right? We go upstairs to the rooftop party, and we get up there, Mikey Bar, and everybody's up there, Southbound, everybody's popping, Tim Dog, everybody handing out shirts. So they thought we was a gang, right? Because we come up with there with all purple and gold.
Yeah, we was kind of gang repping.
Hey, you guys were just the bodyguards, yo.
And what's crazy is security came up to me on the side. Guys, he was like, I'm gonna talk to the biggest dude. I had to respect his hustle because he was like, I'm gonna talk to the biggest dude first. And he was like, yo, what's up with the shirts? Oh, we a podcast. Okay. Because, you know, LA got gang culture. So you got to respect exactly that, right? So we chilling with Southbound and everybody. So we're leaving. All right. And as we're leaving, we're getting in the elevators. And there's this is where the racism comes in. All right.
You have to walk slowly, brother.
Walk slowly. Be careful.
This is where the racism comes in. We're all packing in the elevator, and Southbound is a little loud, and it seems to me that there's an Asian lady standing in front of the elevator. So she's looking.
And the funniest thing is she's Mexican.
Yeah. She's Mexican. That's where my racism comes in, right? So she's standing in front of the elevator looking in, and she's like, nah, there's too many people. I'm not going to do that. Southbound proceeds to grab this lady's hand and yank her inside the elevator. So I said, oh my God, we got a scene. Oh, yeah. I said, we're going to get arrested because this man is yanking this woman inside this damn elevator. So again, we go downstairs to the next elevator, and he proceeds to muscle her into the next elevator. I'm like, yo, on everything. I know we catching a case. We got on these Iron Lord shirts. They're gonna look for us first. They're not gonna look for
Iron Lord dude snatching up women in the elevator.
In LA, we do it caveman style. You come in,
and he was straight. He was straight boss with it, like boss with it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm afraid. I'm like, yo, we got to get to the cars and get the hell out of here. All right. So we leave. The next day, I see Southbound at the center at E3, and he's there with the same. Here's my racism, Asian woman. God. And then she has her arm around him. I said, yo, that's how it works out here. That is his wife. All right, and listen, I said Southbound. He's like, yeah, that's my wife. I said, thank God, because I thought you was out here muscling women. And yo, they are the cutest couple. They go together. They look so beautiful together. And he had me scared to death. That's my Southbound story.
And the funny thing is, my wife heard you talk about it before, and she was dying. She's like, "Oh man," she's like, "I like those guys. They're funny."
So the lady South for being cool about it, because we were like, "Yo, we gonna get in trouble."
Yo, I told Cognito when we was going to the car, I was like, "Yo, we got to get out of here." But let's real quick. Let's get on geriatric last night.
Geriatric, come on, real quick.
Shout out to Tito for the knockout. Smooth, bang,
bang, bang.
Put him to sleep. I knew it was coming. I knew it because Tito actually looked in shape.
Yeah. Well, he still works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's still doing his
That-
thing. Even
that
though,
boy
like
was-
you said, he's old, but
Yeah, they
Shout out to Chuck Liddell looking like a moving corpse out there.
Oh yeah, he was too stiff. He was a zombie moving. He got a check. Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya for milking the old dudes.
Yo, let me say something real quick. Shout out to Lord Meds who had the funniest tweet about it. He said that when Tito grabbed the mic, it was awesome. And if you like that with Golden Boy, come over here, like a death row moment.
Yeah, he tried.
I lost it, so he tried.
He tried to secure them bags. But right now, this week, I finished God of War on 100% platinum. Hey,
nice.
Attic, what up with you, baby?
That's fine.
Yeah, and I started Game Plus, and then I switched over to Spider-Man because that DLC came out. Shout out to 100% over there.
We're gonna get into that later.
Hey, Attic, how about that, baby?
Coming for the Conquerors.
Then I'm on No Ni Kuni 2. I'm in the middle of that, and it's phenomenal. I got a backlog of games. Remember, that came out in January. It was still in the wrapper. I just opened it up. I brought it full price when it came out. I could have brought it now for like $20. But this PlayStation, a lot of people are hating on me right now because I'm in my PlayStation bag, and I gotta get to these games because I'm a gamer. So I'm not gonna sit there and tie myself to one system and don't enjoy what I got. But
you gotta enjoy yourself, brother. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it doesn't matter what you're playing as long as you're playing.
That's right. I think that's how it was supposed to be until people started drawing lines in the sand.
Hey, this gaming shit, it ain't Bloods and Crips. You know what I mean? So, like, come on. Listen, everybody knows I'm a big Xbox fan, but I don't hate on somebody that's a Sony fan. You know what I mean? That like everybody got different flavors. Everybody likes different pair of Jordans. Everybody likes different pair of jeans.
Preach.
Listen, we're not all cut from the same cloth. So
Preach.
You know what? We're all family. Hey, I got brothers and sisters that I don't even like, but you know what? We're family. So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
No doubt, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, what you call King? I saw what you talking about. You know what? I was gonna say one quick comment on that fight. It almost felt like Tito set him up. You know what I'm saying? Like Tito knew what time it was. He knew this man ain't fighting like 8 years or whatever. And it just reminds me when the old superstar had too much hubris and he just doesn't want to know when to stop. You know what I'm saying? So it just I've seen that episode and fighting happen so many times, and yeah, he didn't even hit nothing too hard. So yeah, Chuck got to chill. He got to let that go.
But I think it was, for me, it felt like just a money thing, man. It was a $250,000 payday. Like, I think Chuck knew he was going down.
It was more than that. He got paid more than that.
Hey, you know what? Hey, he got paid to have a nice nap.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that, to me, he knew what was coming, man. He is in old shape to be fighting. Tito does take care of himself. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
hey, Jenna still needs that money, yo.
Yeah.
Slow mo. We're gonna go into that later. That's like one of the topics. We're gonna go into that, and you're gonna get a chance to hear my opinion about it. And I'm gonna explain why I think they did the DLC package. And it should make a little bit of sense.
No doubt. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So for me, it's just been final step of that Redrick's quest. I'm done with it. Just a prestige, and I'll be done. Be over with that in D2. Picked up Warframe for the Switch. Very impressed. 30
So how you pick up a free game?
Yeah, I picked it up for free.
Yeah,
I picked it up in the marketplace.
Yeah, I saw you playing.
Yes, 30 frames per second. You know what I'm saying? Online functionality was there. Voice chat without the Nintendo Grandpa app.
What?
Bro, voice chat, son. It could be done. Same like Fortnite. Here we come with the hate. Here we come.
It's not hate, but I don't think you know something.
Oh boy, here we go.
You know, Warframe's out for every platform.
Oh my god! So God forbid the Switch gets it, and it's any type of big deal.
No, it's fine that he got it. Oh, I want to say,
what's up?
Shout out to Ash and Luca. I was supposed to be on her show yesterday, and the Scumcast team. I do apologize for what happened yesterday. I had a unfortunate thing. Being a boss, you know, a lot of things happen. There's a lot of moving parts. But my stupid behind saw her say 4:15, and my New York brain, I didn't see the CST. I didn't see that.
Yeah, she CST.
Yeah, you thinking caddies? He's like, I see the CTS.
Yeah, so I actually I hit her like, yeah, I'm on. I can be on for an hour and some change. Then I got to shoot out
right now. Shout out to Forte. Shout out to Slow Mo. It's all good.
Yeah. So, but see, I wanted to do the show. I was early. I was super early. So she was like, "What are you talking about? This is an hour from now." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry," and I really wanted to be on the show. So I do apologize, and I hope that next week or whenever you do it, you hit me the link, and I'll get there.
No doubt.
But I do apologize for what happened yesterday.
No doubt. Shout out to King not knowing CST.
That's shout out to
you know what though, like we had to go back and forth a few times. Like, wait, hold on a second. What time? My time.
Yeah. Same thing. Same thing with
he's like, 11 o'clock. I'm like, well, hold on a second, because I remember last time it was super early. Let's get early Front Street real quick.
It was all good. You was like 11 here. It's like what is it? 9, 8 there.
Yeah, early right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I said I still got the eye boogers in my eyes.
Why you think I got on the shades, bro?
Yeah, man. So that's been it. It's been that, and new PC is inbound. Addict, it's coming. I got my date. It's supposed to be next Tuesday or Wednesday. So look out for the master race. All you master race guys, hit me up.
I just want to know what they ship by. Like, does like a team of SEALs pick up the box, and then
bro, this thing is expensive.
To the Hawks, and then the Hawks drop it off to the
Eagles. Cognito is frugal. So him sitting there talking about it's expensive.
Have you guys seen that deal like for $1,500 with a 2080?
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm kind of jealous of everybody's getting new PCs, and I'm trying to hold my head a little bit. I'm over here hating like, I'm about to press the button like, should I get it?
Son, I had to. These deals are too good. Shout out to Ubuntu's hooking me up with some great deals and stuff. So it's gonna be lit. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So now that we've gotten into what the Lords have been playing, I want to start off with Lord Fastback first. His video game system history, his journey into YouTube and creating the WDFC podcast, and of course, one of our favorites, the amazing NLG podcast. So, Lord Fastback, let's get it all the way back to the beginning, bro. What was the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
All right, so I'm going old school, and I've heard others.
Let's do it.
This one out too. Pong.
Oh, okay.
Right on the 10-inch TV. So we got that from our grandfather.
Nice.
So me and my brother, as soon as we got that, play it, going back and forth. All right, it's cool. All right, let's go back outside. Shoot some BB guns. And then I would say maybe a couple years later, same thing. Grandfather gave my dad, here, give the kids a Atari 2600.
Oh God! Shout out to Grandpa.
Shout out to Grandpa. Single stick.
Was good. I don't know where
he was on point.
After he got done with them, then he gave them to us. I don't know. We got his second hand, but
that's right.
Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah, as soon as we got that, Frogger, ET, of course, and we were like, what the hell's going on? And
tell me about that wood grain finish on that 2600. That wood grain.
Yeah. No, we had a bigger TV, in the wood.
Woo! You had to talk about that floor model. You had the floor model?
Yes.
Yeah, when it died, you put the other TV on top, didn't you?
Yeah, that thing weighed 1,600 pounds.
TV on top. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Tell them about it. Let's go. Young Buck yelling school right now.
Me and my brother were playing darts over the top on the. We had the dartboard on the wall above the TV.
Wow.
And somehow the pan on the back was off, and then somehow the dartboard fell and hit the back of the tube or something. We were like, we can hear the TV, but we can't see anything. So,
oh my God!
We kind of play coy with mom. Mom, something wrong with TV? No.
Wow!
Hilarious.
TV got put on top of the old TV. So
it's messed up that she has to listen to this podcast to hear what the hell happened to the goddamn TV.
30 years later, like, I wonder what happened to that thing.
Gaming looked better after that. So,
so what else you got? What else you got, Fastback?
All right, so real quick on the Atari. Like I said, one of the main games that I played a lot on there was some football game, right?
Ooh, okay.
I can't remember the name. I remember someone posting it, but so when I was playing it, and I discovered there's that turbo on the back of the deal switch. So player one turbo. My brother just couldn't figure out why in the hell I was beating his ass. So. All right, so then after that, somehow we were poor. We grew up in the little Section 8 hood apartment.
There we go.
And
humble beginnings. That's what we're gonna call it. Humble beginnings.
Shout out to that government cheese.
Shut up.
My brother had asthma, so he had a way of convincing my mom. I feel bad. She'll feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
So she'd buy him stuff. So one day they just come home after he went to the hospital or whatever with the brand new NES.
Wow.
So
wow.
That Atari went in the closet on the top of
that Atari went in the bushes when you set up NES graphics.
That all Mario after that, and Zelda, and you know how the first NES was. You had to,
blow them cartridges.
Lick it. And we got tired of licking it. It's like, get some alcohol with some.
Get the alcohol.
Right. And we should put Cool Breeze.
I'm dead. Yeah, drunk cartridges.
Everybody had those tricks to get those NES cartridges to work.
I cannot understand, like, when now we're connecting with everybody on social media and I hear people say they never had a Nintendo. I'm like, how could you not have had a Nintendo back in the day?
Because they was born yesterday.
But you're forgetting, man. There's a lot of millennials around. You know what I mean? They were born after 1992.
Old school, like Mike from NOG and
shout out to Mike. He's in the chat right now. Shout out to Steve.
They didn't start off with the Nintendo, so I was like, man, what's wrong with
they was outside living life,
well,
riding
you know what
bikes,
it is?
being slim.
The Sega kids were we were in our own little box. Now, let's keep it real. NES was the wave. Like, let's be clear. Like, NES, that had the mind share. You know what I'm saying? And Master System was like, Sega didn't hit its stride until Genesis came. Then it was like, okay, now it's more of a fight.
Well, you mean Sega didn't hit its stride here?
Well,
because over in Europe,
correct.
That Master System was destroying.
Shout out to Lord Jez Corden, who corrected us on that. Because when we had him on, he showed us how, like, in European territories, how Master System was really doing well. So you are correct, King. Continue, Fastback.
All right, so
after that,
hold on a second. But you got to remember, it wasn't until Sonic came out that Sega just blew up.
Oh yeah, Genesis, man. Facts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know how then all those Sega fans said, after that commercial, Nintendo don't.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, you say Nintendo, but Sega say gone.
Oh, we go console war early.
Wow. Sounds like somebody.
And I thought we were over here talking about,
Man, I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon for that.
He's still a bit salty for that commercial. I hear that.
He didn't like that. Nintendo was repping.
No. All right, so we get past the NES, and of course,
he's still subscribed to Nintendo Power. What are you talking about?
He got a power glove.
He got the mat running in place.
We prepared for that. We couldn't convince Mom to buy all those extra accessories, but all right, so
she just had a brother go back to the hospital and be like, hey, he needs his tonsils out.
Hey, he doesn't need his appendix.
He only needs one. He don't need his gallbladder.
Wow, savage.
It's a myth.
Continue, fast.
He said it's a myth.
So, we get past the NES, and then we ended up jumping. And Super NES came on board, and I guess that didn't. My brother didn't have to get sick for that. My dad, gave my mom some money. That was around Christmas time.
That's
okay.
But the Super NES to this day is my all-time favorite console.
Fire.
Junior baseball. Play the game, kid.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I had more fun playing sports games.
Me too.
On the NES back in the day than I do nowadays.
But let me ask you this though, because you're the sports guy, right? I'm shocked that did you miss out on the Genesis? Because let's keep it a buck. Genesis low key sports was that wave. That was the reason.
Montana Sports Talk Football.
So I'm kind of surprised that you never did you eventually get a Genesis later, or you just got all the ports on Super NES?
NES and Super NES pretty much majority of my youth.
Okay.
When I, got out of high school, around high school when I graduated, my brother went to go live with dad. Well, he started getting into the Sega. So he had the Genesis, he had the Saturn, he had the what was the one after that?
Dreamcast.
So he had all that. So every time, after the Nintendos and stuff, when I would come back home, I joined the military. When I come back home, I'd jump on the Segas, Genesis, and I remember coming home and he had the Saturn, and just like, the hell's this sewer shark shit?
Sovereign's about to kick you off the show right now. Right now, you just messed with his heart.
You can keep Sewer Shark. You can keep that. You can do that.
Suicide Bushes. That was okay. That wasn't slander.
It wasn't Sewer Shark. Wait, wasn't that Atari?
Oh, yeah, that was 3DO.
That was
3DO.
Yeah, but they had it on the Sega.
No, it came for the Mega CD. It came for the Mega CD. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Continue.
Yeah, but majority of the time we played a lot of just sports or whatever on the Sega. I don't know what all else. Yeah, I was too busy running around chasing women and trying to get educated.
Oh, you evolved, huh?
Yeah, so evolved. Around that time, I wasn't gaming a lot. So once I settled, I started working. I was still going to school. So I had the 64. So I went and picked that up.
Oh, nice.
And that was probably the first system I actually bought with my own money, because all the other, the Nintendo, the Segas, that was the parents. But so I picked up the
what you have 64 for that 64 though? What you have for that?
Well, I played the Mario. I played the one of my favorite games was Ocarina. But the Star Wars, the one Star Wars game.
You got that Star Wars. I know you did, because that Star Wars was the way
fire.
But I didn't play much. I started jumping to PC. PC started coming around. It's like, hey, what's this AOL stuff?
Yeah, that dial-up modem with the scratchy, the 14.4, the 32.
He said I had 2.5 hours for free.
Remember that? Everybody had them damn discs.
Got them discs, boy.
What about the old ladies that used to hoard those things?
Yes,
I was one of those old ladies. What the hell? I still got 5 of them.
So you got into that online PC gaming.
Started doing RTS games.
Nice.
When you start playing with others, like Command and Conquer and Red Alert.
What about that XCOM? No XCOM?
That Prince of Persia.
No, I didn't jump on XCOM. I don't know how I missed that, but
XCOM wasn't there yet. When he's talking about the time that he's talking about, he's probably Civilization, Age of Empires. That was there.
You might be right.
Yeah, you might be right. Like 90, 97. I remember playing Deus Ex, the first one on PC.
Oh yeah, that was me. That's what's up. Okay, all right.
And I started to let me see if I can upgrade my computer gaming. And I started looking into it. How much it's going to cost me, and and you remember back then, you probably do now. You look on the back of the specs, and I run this on my computer.
Yeah.
I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna go back to console. That's when Then I jumped on PS1, PS2,
nice,
and then of course 360. Ever since then, I play on a little bit of everything, but my preferred console nowadays is Xbox.
Okay, that's what's up,
OG Xbox and the 360.
I miss the racism days of 360 and the online. I miss that.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Unfiltered.
Ain't nothing like a 10-year-old telling you how good your mom is in the sack. You know what I mean?
I swear, I missed that. It was so good. It was the Wild Wild West, and it was so much fun. Like so many people in chat, weirdos, like you play a game and you mixed up with different people and you got so much disrespect going on all over the place.
King, you're making a good point though, because it wasn't the racism for me, but what it was for me was the fact that back then, see, the difference between online then and online now is that online then was mandatory. Like now, because of party chat,
Yeah.
People are not engaging like the way
With
they
other
used
people.
to with
Yeah.
other people.
And the thing is, you're not making friends like
You're
you
not
used to
making
either.
new friends. You're right, Slav. You're staying with your same clique
Yep.
for the most part across
you move
multiple
like you
games.
playing one game and y'all all in the chat and it's segregated. Hey, yeah, listen,
You get it
I'm
one day,
sick.
brother.
Yeah, I'm sick, so it's not gonna come out right. But it's like
You know what
over
I'm
here-
saying, damn it.
Yeah, you know it. You know, you got it. If I Don King the word, you got that. Oh, and y'all over here in the corner, but you're still playing and interacting with other people, and you're not talking to each other. And like, because we get these blueberries in Destiny, but wouldn't it be hot if you weren't in there and everybody was able to talk like back how it was?
Facts.
You know,
The only thing I think
remember,
that saves it. Go ahead, South.
Well, remember Call of Duty? They're like, well, hold on, none of this party chat stuff. You're gonna have to
Yes,
talk in game.
that's what
Yes.
I miss. I miss the mandatory party chat disable feature when you play the game like Modern Warfare, and they're like, "Look, you can't play party chat right now. You have to mingle with everybody."
I like
Right.
that. I like that.
Like, you ain't
I-
special. What do you think? You
I
can be in a
miss-
party
I
chat? No,
miss
hell no.
that
You interact with the
racism
community.
so
Yes.
much because they used to be like, "Hey, ninja, what's going on, ninja?" And I was like, "Yo," and we go back and forth.
You're
and I
like,
met some of my greatest
not even dropped
friends.
yet. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. I met some of my greatest friends being called a ninja first.
Oh my
and,
god.
And you know, and going in on them, and they like, "Oh
and
man,
the worst part about it, they act like it hurt them to say it. Oh, man.
yeah."
These 30 ninjas.
Yes.
Oh
we got a party full of ninjas.
I'm
Yeah.
done with y'all.
I was
I'm
like,
done with
"Yeah,
y'all.
baby."
Shout out. It didn't help me whenever once you start playing Halo online with everybody.
That was,
For some reason, I don't know why I chose it. I love the shit out of Halo, but I chose Chief Halo 24/7 as my gamer tag.
Nice.
So every time I played Halo online, and if I didn't do good, I heard it. You're like, you ain't no Chief Halo. You change your gamer tag.
After the L.
I miss some of the back and forth, but I don't miss the stupid, the kids talking smack, cussing, the racism.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, the music
I
in the
used to be like, hey,
background.
go get your mom's, man. I want to talk to her.
No, and my whole thing was mom jokes, as I went on people's moms real
my
hard. Pause.
Yeah,
Like I did not stop, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, go get Becky on the phone.
Some of them
They
days
weren't
I
ready.
don't miss. But shout out to OG. I mean the new what is it? The group finder feature that Xbox Live has now.
LFG.
Yeah, that built-in LFG, you can kind of get a little bit of that feel back because it kind of forces you to interact with people. But continue, Fastback. You were saying?
No, I mean, and just right now, just pretty much current on the. I got the X. I picked up the X during the Black Friday sales.
Oh, get them numbers in, baby. You was part of that Lion King movement. You were part of that.
I saw that. I was like, come on.
Said, do you want to pay on a pro? No.
No. I will get a pro probably next year whenever they announce the PS5.
Don't do that. Don't get a pro. Just leave it alone. Let it go. Yo, I'm so joking. I'm so joking.
It's all good. It's
Hey,
all
I gotta
good.
catch up on the God of War and Spider-Man and all that eventually. So.
No doubt, man.
Yeah,
So
you wait till that's like $19.99 on the bargain bin.
With all DLC.
My wife's like, maybe I can get a good deal on the Switch for the Black Friday night. No, you're not.
like, no, you're not.
Leave that in the bush.
Yo, tremendous.
But I did pick up a Fire controller, the Pro controller, the Diablo 3.
Dope.
Diablo 3 controller. So that's
what's up, man. So tremendous history as always. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask you real quick about the obviously the creation of two podcasts you're on, and one is the WDFC. You know what I'm saying? That podcast acronym with two meanings. We're not going to say what one meaning is on the Lord's Day, but shout out to Witty, shout out to Lord Daz, Super Coop, and the crew, and then also what led you to becoming a member of the original NLG with Lord Sting and Crazy One, HJK, and them guys.
So NOG, I've been following them for quite a bit. Way back, they had Enrique on, with Mike.
Enrique, my boy.
This was a long time ago. He had a couple other members. He had some other guy. I can't remember his name. Steve.
I was on there a few times.
What?
Yeah,
We got history.
Oh yeah.
What? This was like the
Hey, when Enrique started rap, I was up in it. I actually got a story. When Enrique first started, it was him, myself, and Worrywart. And
shout out to Worry, we had him on.
Yeah.
Hey, Enrique's lost internet one time, right? And we're sitting there, we're chopping up, we're just kind of laughing, goofing around and everything. Enrique just ghosted us, right? And we're like, this is his show. What do we do? All of a sudden, Worry just says, all right, well, I guess this is my show, and takes over. So we're like, for the next 10, 15 minutes that, Enrique lost his internet connection, we're just clowning. We're like, well, I don't know. So we're just start singing and dancing and stuff. We're like, do. And he comes back and he's in tears. He's like, what the hell are you guys doing? We're like, hey, you ghosted us. So, what we're supposed to do, just start singing and dancing. You know what I mean? Like a good dancing chicken.
Wow, we get history lesson right now. So these are like,
I'm sure if you look deep into the files, you'll find it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Continue fast.
But, like Southbound was saying, like from NOG, I follow NOG the whole time, and I've always stayed there and supported Mike, no matter who he's had. After Enrique, he brought in what was his name?
Who B?
No, well, he brought in HDK and he had Crazy Juan. There was another guy, but his nickname we always said D's Nuts with him.
Wow.
Interesting.
That was just a thing with him.
We're gonna have to get you a bottle of Ginkgo because right now your memory is spotted. We had what's this guy? What's this guy's name?
He said, "Get my cigarette."
That guy with
all right, hold on. Anchorman in the chat. He said HDK, Western Drake, and Modzu.
That's it, Modzu.
Okay,
yeah,
shout out to Anchorman. Save it today.
So they've been through quite a bit, and so not too long ago, I had been on NOG as a guest before.
Gotcha.
And so Mike approached me and said, "Hey, definitely want to get you on." He thought you're the first person I thought of, and you've been a friend. We game together. I game with HGK and Mike, and
shout out
so
to HGK and the crew.
We just get along. We got good chemistry, and I enjoy being with those guys. And I want to give a shout out to Enrique. He's the first one to give me a shot on the podcast. So
that's what's up. Shout out to Brad.
Yes, back in the day.
That's what's up.
And so after a while, then me, Coop, and we started talking. We're like, hey, let's just start a podcast just for fun, just that, whatever. So, then we brought Witty, and then Daz jumped in. Daz kind of
get Crazy Daz. That's what I want to know. Lord, when did you get Lord here himself?
I'm trying to figure that out because Witty.
He said he just jumped in the chat one day.
Lord Daz is like the moderator of the universe. He's moderated everyone's podcast.
Yeah.
Continue.
And so Witty said, "Hey, I got this guy over here, Dad. He's pretty cool, and he moderates stuff like that. All right, hey, let him, let's get him on the show." And then after that, like we just had a good time. It's like
that's what's up.
Hey, you want to be on permanent? Sure. So all right, hold on. Let me put, it used to be called WFC. Hold on, let me put the D in there and change it to WDFC.
That's what's up.
So you want to go steady?
Will you go round with me?
Would you get my back if I get your back, Jack?
Oh my God! Continue fast.
No.
Hey, hold on a second. Hey, did you guys have scamming when you were young?
Scamming.
Yeah. Hey, when we're in junior high. Well, it's middle school now, but I'm a little dating myself. Like it was like now. Oh yeah, we hooked up, whatever. But back in the days, we scammed. Yeah, we were scamming. Yeah.
That's LA talk. That's LA. That's LA
we scammed a couple times. Like, and someone said that about last week. I was like, damn, you just brought back 1993 right now.
It seems like it was a transaction.
Yo, he said, see, because in New York, when you say somebody's scamming, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, New York, you say scamming, somebody get locked up.
It was just a casual encounter hookup, but
scamming.
Yeah,
Scamming.
we were scamming for about 6 months last year.
I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna bring scamming
use
back.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Whichever you want to talk about, however you want to put it.
Good fast.
Nah, but just WDFC is just fun. It's just we invite anybody. Anybody's invited. It's like one time I invited King. I know he was busy, but he didn't catch it till later. Yeah, but it's like I don't care who's on, as long as everybody's cool. Just jump in and
have some fun, man.
That's what's up. That kind of Twitter, man. Sometimes I'm muting it, and then I look over into the. I look inside the box, and I'm like, oh man, sorry, my bad, my man. I just saw it right now.
That's just the way WDFC. It's not planned. Nothing's planned. Sometimes you just wing it and just go. Whatever happens.
What's up, man. You got shout out for y'all.
Build up a brand or anything like that. So
that's what's up, yo. Shout out for y'all for having me. And like I said, Fast was like, you were the first man to give me an intro. I was like, yo, nobody never did that for me. That was WDFC, man.
Hold on, I had LordCognito. Hold on, let me hear and write some words here and put them together.
Boy, spit some bars for me.
Then Mike had to top it. So when you're on NFC,
Mike took it to the next level too. He had the Chicago Bulls. He had the and now for me. I was hyped, son. But shout out to you guys, man. You guys doing your thing. So I gotta ask you the question I asked all the guests. Lord Fastback, I need that top 5 dead or alive best games or franchises for Fastback.
All right, I'm ready for this because I know who was it that on Twitter said that every time you ask this question, kind of catch people.
It would be freezing up. Don't worry, Southbound next.
I know. I'm sweating right now.
Yeah, you better get ready. I got you on deck.
So my top 5, and I thought about that. I had to go out in the country and where it's quiet and think about this.
Let's go.
So in really no particular order, but I'll put my number 1 in the front. But so I'm going to start off with going back. I'm going to start off with Mario.
Classic.
Because like I was saying, when NES came out.
Hey, but that's too easy, bro. Come on, that's a cop-out. That's too easy.
That's a cop-out.
No, that's his
Come on,
that's his show. You ain't gotta be all
taking from Mario these days.
You ain't gotta be all exotic with your picks.
Hey, but seriously, if you're gonna he said he went out in the backwoods and
he said this in Mario.
Hey, come on. If you're really gonna think about it, that's too easy.
Nah, yo, you gotta think about it.
That's like I'm gonna go get eat at a restaurant tonight, and then you go to McDonald's. Really?
But when he said he first got his love, and then the NES came in, and his brother came from the hospital. Nah, man, he told you.
You know what I mean? When the Sega came out, then it was all about the Sega.
Yeah, but his brother came in with the NES from the hospital. He didn't expect that.
He owned that Mario.
Fastback. But now it's scarred him for life because then he thinks about the hospital.
Oh my God! What's number 2? We got number 1. What we got for number 2?
All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. No. Like I said, Mario. Atari was fun and all that, right? Mm-hmm. But when you got the NES and you popped in that Mario game, you're like, oh shit,
it was over, new level.
It looked better.
Hey, wait. How come you dropping S-bombs all over the place? And I just said crap.
Oh, no. I was about to hit him with that language. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you.
I got warned before time. They're like, what's up?
We got to get the square jaw. We got to bring the square jaw back to the Patreon.
You're about to get muted right now. We're putting him on timeout for 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure, though.
Continue, Fastback.
I mean, the Mario game changed everything for me and my brother as far as game. It took you to that next level. That platformer. You kept repeating, trying to beat your time from before. Yes. You had secrets that you didn't know before, and you talk to friends. And, hey, did you know this? Mario's the first, as far as really brought you into the platforming and all that.
Facts. What else? What else we got?
And of course, till this day, you can still play Mario. I mean, kids nowadays, The next one is Zelda.
Okay. South is irate with you right now because you're picking it.
I know, man. Come on. He just Google searched most popular franchises in the area.
No, sir.
I'm busting your balls, brother.
I know. But Zelda is first game to introduce open world, kind of RPG in a way. And you had a story. You had quests. you know, pick up
Not
items.
true, sir. I'm gonna have to call fraud on you. Not true, sir. No, I'm just joking.
Objection, Your Honor.
Y'all disrespecting this man.
No, we got
gotta let him live.
We gotta mess with him.
I was, you know, just, you know, interacting with NPCs and picking up items, you know, finding that special sword, shield.
Yeah,
I mean,
we go.
Loved all that, you know.
Facts. Classic music.
Okay, now I'm getting lost here.
Number 3.
I thought you had a list. I thought you went to the woods. I thought you was in the woods.
Red Racer. Skate or Die.
Number 3. Come on.
Number 3, we're gonna go with Halo.
Okay.
All right.
Classic.
Okay. All right.
I want that one. All right, that's not as simple as Mario. Come on. No, the reason why I picked Halo, when Halo first came out, I didn't jump on it right away, right? Yeah. And I was still playing on PS2, you know. PS2 only system that had GTA, so it's like
correct.
So when Halo came out, my friends started, you know, picked it up, the OG,
changed the game,
and they started playing. They started, playing together, hooking up the OG Xboxes, and then I was like. So we started having garage parties, you know, for OG, for, you know, TV.
Oh, you used to do the LAN party?
LAN party with the TVs.
Yeah. You know, just having fun, drinking beer.
Yo, Fastback. Which one of your friends found out that you could hook them up, though?
Because
there's always one in the group that finds out that this function can happen. Sovereign's here, so Sovereign found out that this function can happen. And when that happened, the whole game changed because at first y'all 4 people on one screen, and then y'all found out that y'all could
do smoke trees.
No, I agree. I tell you, I don't like the screen sharing. It's like
you was real selfish. You like y'all gonna have to get y'all on TV.
There was just a lot of cheating, man. Like you get don't screen watch. Like,
screen watch.
He's like, hold on, let me put a piece of cardboard in the middle of the screen. Look at my side.
You know, even like that, the LAN parties you had. You know, when you had 16 people, you had 4 people on each, you know, TV. So you still, So you know, I mean, that just took it to a next level. Playing together, you know, 16 of us. But before that, you know, remember, I got to give a shout out to 007, GoldenEye.
Ooh, GoldenEye, yes.
Started, you know, teaming up on, you know. So, all right, so we're at Halo. That just
That's 3. You got 2 more.
We're just gaming together. All right,
gotta be quick. I got South on deck.
All right, next one is KOTOR.
Oh, nice.
Okay, here we go.
That just changed things too, as far as, you know, KOTOR. Then it's like, oh, I got to play Mass Effect. I got to play Dragon Age, and you know, so, and of course Star Wars.
Ooh, okay.
My number 1. I might get some. I don't know if I'll get some heat for this from.
We don't say Battlefront.
Call it.
No, my number 1 game all time is Super Tecmo Bowl.
Woo!
Oh, hell yeah!
Wow.
Oh, that's fire. Oh, I'm gonna give you that though. That's fire.
Wait. It was Bo Jackson was the crazy dude, right?
Yeah.
Like,
He was
if he had that ball
fast.
of ball, it was
Nobody
over.
could catch him, remember?
Yeah, that's right. It was both.
You could not tackle him.
But that's the only game where the offensive line don't get ever called for holding.
They be holding him downfield. He be down.
Don't Mr. High used to say that. We used to get so pissed off.
You're screen watching. You saw me pick the play. That's how you knew. You know how when everybody would just rush and they, you know, like when they knew you played.
Yes.
You know, defense.
That's what's up.
I had so much fun and pissing off my brother because I was better than him on that. So. But even when I got older, I played with another guy who was, you know, when I used to work with. So he said, "Hey, can you give me a ride home?" All right. He said, "Hey, you ever played Super Tecmo Bowl?" Yeah. So we played. You know, sometimes when you first play with someone, you kind of have to kind of fill it out first.
The feel out process. Yes.
It sounds like a beginning to an adult movie.
It was all over. And sometimes, you know, a lot of people like to play with the 49ers, you know, of course, the Raiders.
Yes, sir.
That's right, baby. Them Niners. Let's go.
Yes, hell yeah.
In that one.
I enjoy playing with the Cowboys, of course, but I also enjoy playing with the Oilers.
Oh, was that the Moon era? Who was that?
Moon. Yeah.
Yes.
Or Moon.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's a
So those were
classic game. Classic game. The game's so underrated, man. That's a huge
That's
list,
Super Mario.
man.
I
Huge
don't
list.
think we've ever had a sports title.
Yes. Yo,
Or
shout out to
somebody-
Fastback. Yes. Salute Fastback for having the first sports title in his top 5. A lot of people never did that. That's
No, no.
And, you know what? And that wasn't a safe pick either.
and that wasn't safe. Yeah,
That was
Nah,
right.
that
I give you
was
credit on
lit.
that one.
All right, Fast. Yo, you killed that, man. I got to shout you out on that. So we got
I got some hit on there for a little bit, you know. I'm all right.
you good, man. So next up, and long overdue, we got to keep it brief because the show is going to be long today. Lord, Lord South. Let us briefly talk about his video game series, his system history, as well as getting started as a content creator, and of course, one of the legends in the game. So, what was the first video game system you had?
Well, that's like right here. Probably 86. Of course, we got the Nintendo.
Nice.
You know, we had the old school TV. It only had 3 channels. You know,
That's
but
right.
one of them channels was Nintendo. You already know.
That's
You know,
right.
everybody has rabbit ears, but we didn't care about that.
Shout out to rabbit ears.
Hey, when the channels went out at like 9:00 when they shut down the TV,
Yo,
it was Mario all day trying to get off.
South. Tell them they don't know when the American flag come on. TV was off.
Like,
was
son of a bitch, there goes Jay Leno. It was Johnny Carson back then.
Yeah, it was Johnny Carson. TV was off. Yo,
It was a wrap.
literally at night, it was no more TV. The American flag came on and it was over.
Even the TV station said it's time to go to bed.
That's right. Good night. Good night.
That's when it was time for some Nintendo.
Okay.
Or as we should say, Nintendo. We didn't have
that's
it in front.
what we was out of here.
We couldn't even afford that first N. It was
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Tell the truth, South. That's when you was scamming.
Hey, that's when everybody's putting Aquanet in their hair.
Wow. That's crazy. Continue. So you had the old school joint. So the systems was what? What was the systems, man? Talk to me.
You know what? So I went from the original Nintendo, and then and you know, I had a Super Nintendo for a while. Like I said, I only played sports games back then. I honestly, in my teens, I wasn't a big gamer. I had a couple systems. You know, I had the Sega Genesis. You know what I mean? It wasn't until like the Sega Saturn came out where World Series Baseball. That was
y'all BFFs now. It's over.
That's you're sovereign right
That
there.
is sovereign game right there.
That World Series
98. Oh my God!
World Series Baseball and what was the racing game that came with it? Cruising USA or something? What was it?
Sega Rally.
No.
Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona US. There you go. That's what it was. Yeah, that right there. And then, you know, a little bit of Lara Croft when it came to Saturn, but not too much. Then you know what? And kind of I was out running amok, scamming at that time.
A lot of scamming going on back then.
A lot of scamming. I'm surprised I never got that kissing disease. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mono. Shout out to Mono.
I got a fever. I got foot and mouth disease. I got foot and mouth disease.
I got mad cow disease. She's like, boy, get over here. You got Mono. So I was running amok, and so finally I got the PlayStation 2.
I can't even the book, and in my head I just see you running around, just
running amok to that
PS2 on your mouth.
Oh my God! So you got that PS2?
I got the PS2. You know what I mean? Because I like I said, I really wasn't in the game, but I started feeling Vice City, and
classic.
It was Vice City, and I liked Ace Combat, and
that was one of my favorites. I like Ace Combat,
and I messed around with a little bit of what's it called? Now I just in the top of my head I can think of it. The Remedy game. What's his name?
Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Yeah, listen, Max Payne 2. When you're going through that little nightmare sequence and you're following the blood and you fall off. Yeah. Man, it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I was scared. I was like, "The lights are on." Hey, because you take one step, you're like, "Ah!" Hey, that scared the hell out of me. And you know what I mean? And I kind of like had to like put my chest out a little bit because I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm a man. What the hell am I getting scared for?
How you supposed to be scared of these things?
Yeah, right. I never scared. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of tear coming down my face. I'm like, I mean, it had me a little worried. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't wait to get past that part. Hey, and it wasn't until my homeboy brought home. He was my roommate at the time. He brought home an Xbox, the original Xbox,
OG,
with Halo and Ghost Recon 2. Now,
Ghost Recon was fire.
And I know, like Fastback said, you know, Halo really wasn't my thing back then, right? Because the first person, as soon as you know, Halo 2, as soon as you know, when you start getting the controls and you had the captain right there next to you, and you guys start moving around, I was like, you know what I mean? I immediately got sick. I said, you know what? I'm cool. Hey, I popped in that Ghost Recon. Man, it was like Pookie. Come on, man. Come on.
Crack.
Out the next day and bought me an Xbox for myself. Yes. I went out and got that, you know, cable internet.
Nice. Everybody upgraded that game for Xbox Live. Keep it real.
Hey, and I was like, oh my God, you could talk to people that's in England and Europe. Oh my, this is like
this is the racism. I love the racism.
Shut up. Hey, I gave it back to those little kids though. What you say about my mom? Oh, come on, kill you. No.
That's how Southbound got created. That it was your address when you go to
That's right.
He was southbound on the freeway going to find the kids.
Damn right. Hey, it was like Jay and Silent Bob. Are you douchebag 101? Yep. Yeah, you were online. You were on Ghost Recon talking all that smack.
I'm glad you mentioned Ghost Recon because that one was special for me too. Like I think that was one of the early Xbox Live alpha games.
No, man, you know what? We played that game for even when the 360 came out, we were still playing Ghost Recon on the original Xbox. And then they made the patch for the 360, so you're able to play it on the 360. Yeah. Dude, hey, that game we could not get away from it.
So good.
And, you know, and it was cool because, you know, being able to go to E3 and everything, I actually got to meet Christian Allen, who was the creative director on Ghost Recon. And so, like, he was like one of my heroes, you know what I mean? So being able to meet people like that, you know, like, dude, you know how many hours I poured into your game and how many times I bought that title? And, you know, and it's like, it's amazing to be able to, like, to meet, you know, like your quote unquote heroes.
No, absolutely. I want to transition that because, you know, you as an OG, you know, my first E3, you kind of introduced me to a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these execs.
See, that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't want to do that. You know what I mean? They're afraid someone's gonna step on their toes. Like, oh, if I introduce this person to somebody, then you know, next I'm gonna be forgotten about it. No, hell no. Hey, it's all family. You know what? Because hey, you extend an olive branch, that becomes a tree.
Facts, and I appreciate that for you, man. Because, like I said, like, you know, I'm the new kid on the block. You know, I didn't know anybody. South, like, come through, man. Come through, meet this. It was a whole bunch of people. I think shout out to David Preen that day. He was there. The controller was a lot of people. Me and South was just chopping up. Chucking back a few, you know what I'm saying? That nice drinks, you know what I'm saying?
You got to.
Exactly. We had a good time, and that's why I said,
that's when y'all was able to drink at E3, and then we got shut down the following E3 because of y'all drinking waves. This last E3, we got we got 2 tickets. You could only drink twice. That was it. But shout out to the ticket lady that was hitting us off with the free tickets.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Hey, them drink tickets is a beast.
Yeah, it was a beast. But I always appreciate that from yourself because that was love. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because you know, in the end of the day, E3 is a celebration and it's all family. You know what I mean? Even for the haters, you know what I mean? It's all good. You know?
Well, they ain't gonna be there next year.
It's too early for that, bro.
Southbound, it's exclusive, baby.
So real quick, Southbound, I want to take you down memory lane. I don't want to start trouble, but I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, when I look at what you've accomplished and how you're a fixture in the community, and then I just remember, you know, like Fastback said, like I remember TXR, man. You know what I'm saying? You know,
so do I. You know,
that was my favorite, man. Like you guys, I affectionately call you guys like the 6 Voltron Lions. You know what I'm saying? It was you, Tim Dog, Rand, Maka, Inferno, Doc. Like, just how did it come together? We ain't gonna talk about no ending, no drama.
No. It's all good.
How
You know,
it came together.
listen. You
And
know,
listen.
TXR is kind of like a love story. Even though at the end you get your heart broken, you
Yeah.
still look back with fond memories. You know what I
No
mean?
doubt,
Because
no doubt.
because you have life experience on because of it.
Facts.
So at the time, there was a couple podcasts out there. You know what I mean? The more controversial ones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
I wanted something kind of like more not so much console neutral, but more like open minded. You know what I mean? So I wanted to kind of like broaden the horizons. And like I said, I'm not trying to diss, like because Tim Dog, was part of Crap and Zaire and everybody. You know what I mean? They were doing their thing, and shout out to them.
Shout out to
But
them.
I wanted to do something a little bit different. You know what I mean? I wanted people, like I said, with an open mind to come in and say, "Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, they're Xbox fans, but you know what? They're not sitting there trashing Sony, and they're not hating. You know what I mean? They actually come from a grounded point of view
and informative too.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
And Downer's open-minded.
yeah.
Shout out to Downer.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That's Thanos. We ain't gonna get into Thanos over there. Shout out to Downer. That's my man's.
Thanos.
I had nothing to do with that, Thanos. Don't snap your fingers.
Snap your fingers and do the step.
Don't snap your fingers, Thanos. Don't snap your fingers.
Continue, Sal. I want to hear these stories. This is great.
Hey, so you know what I mean? So at first it was basically Tim and I, we're kicking it back and forth, and we're kind of like thinking about our lineup, and it was like, well, at first we're like, well, should we have like a roving person every week? And that was originally the idea, and then we just kind of like, okay, and then we start talking to Rand, right?
Shout out to Lord Rand.
Yeah, and then like then all of a sudden he was a permanent fixture, and then like so as the idea kept snowballing and getting bigger. You know what I mean? We like, all right, Doc, respected man in the community. You know what I mean? Exactly. And so it just when the time came, we went, we dove right in head first. And then a couple episodes in, we had Maka, because like I said, we're still experimenting with the guest every week.
Facts.
And Maka, he jumped on and he enjoyed it. You know what I mean? So really surprised because he had his own YouTube going. He's a big dude in his own right. So for him wanting to join us really surprised me. It's like, yeah, of course, open arms. More than welcome. So like I said, everybody put their own stamp on TXR. You know what I mean? And so for the almost
Inferno, when Inferno came, he was the latest one.
Yeah, he was the last one because
okay.
Yeah, we had I wouldn't say issue, but Doc got busy. You know what I mean? So kind of like when somebody's schedule gets cramped. Yeah, exactly. That's all it was. It was consistency. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So Doc had to bounce out. So we said, you know what? Inferno's a talented dude. Why don't we bring him in? Because he had filled in for us one time, and at the time I was missing a few shows because my grandfather had passed away, so I was out of state. Yeah. It's going on 3 years now, so I mean, even though it still hurts, but you get over it. Life goes on. So I was missing a few shows, and so Inferno really helped out myself because he stepped up and he filled a little bit of that void that I left. And so in the end, like I said, I'm a little bitter because we don't have it no more.
I feel I'm sad too, man.
All things come to an end. I don't get me wrong. I would love to do a reunion show.
You just read my mind because now we got to talk about it. Because now we got this is part of LordCognito's master plan here. See now what I wanted to say, because we all miss TXR, and the first one I'm gonna give full disclosure. Like that was one of my favorite podcasts. Yep. Like for me to get in the game, I definitely listened to y'all. I studied y'all. Like it was amazing. So I was super sad to see it go. But at the same time, the fans would like just that one night only, almost like the Temptations come out one time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put the suits on.
You gotta get the choreography right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do the 5 heartbeats just one time.
Night like this, right? Raindrops will fall.
We need that Temptation.
Shoot, man.
want to see South in the suit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
I gotta rock the glitter, brother.
You gotta rock the shiny suit.
Oh yeah.
Bring the glove out. Bring the
Puffy and
glove out.
Mace. Yeah, Puffy and Mace.
That Puffy and Mace. I need that one night. Would you be down for one night only?
I definitely. But the thing is,
it's on record. It's on record.
No. It's stamped, sealed, and delivered. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is,
I gotta do my job now.
I might miss it too much. You know what I mean? Because
He might not let y'all go.
right.
He might start holding people hostage.
Union album.
Nobody move. Nobody get hurt.
Hey, you know, it's like New Kids on the Block. You know, they come back and did one song. That next thing you know, they're doing an album, and the album might be trash. You know what I mean?
Bro.
But hey, they're still trying it.
Cognito.
New Edition just came back, bro.
Yo,
New Edition
Cognito.
back together.
Oh,
You can't just scam one time.
we scammed for like 6 months
We're gonna
last
call,
year.
we gonna call it one night only.
Yo, let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Let's go, people.
man. But yo, we got it on record. Lord South would be willing. So I got to reach out to the other Voltron Lions to see if we could do this. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of my favorite. Salute y'all, man. That was an
Well, thank you. You know, and it's funny because I'm not trying to say, oh, we started this, because we didn't. You know what I mean? We just kind of we went our own lane. You know what I mean? So we try to do something a little bit different. And but now, you know, you see like all the podcasts, you know, popping out from, you know, left to right, and it's honestly it's just touching. You know what I mean? Because I hope that we left a little bit of lasting, you know,
you did. A lot of
in people's heart.
You inspired a lot of us.
Absolutely.
I hope so. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot of love that went into it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just love for gaming; it was a love for each other and talking and, you know, just chopping it up on every week. And
facts, definitely, man. And like I said, the IOP definitely was inspired by you guys. I remember when we got the announcement, I reached out to all you guys individually, and just wanted to say my thanks, because at the end of the day, like I said, it was passionate, it was informative, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? And you guys just really had a good chemistry. So again, salute. I'm gonna reach out. We might do that one night. We're gonna bring it back to South, because we got to get out of this segment or get into the damn show.
Right? Yeah, I know.
We already did an hour and 15 minutes.
I had to.
Hey, we did a whole hour of just intros.
An hour and 15 minutes of background check.
Listen, this is special. We have Fastback and South. This is special today.
This is airport security. What the hell is going on here?
Real quick, South. Top 5 dead or alive, man.
You know what? Honestly, I don't have a top 5, but I will go down a list.
Let's go.
In no particular order.
In no particular order. Let's go.
I'm gonna break you out with Fallout.
Woo! Oh,
I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain.
There go Anchor just jumping all over the place. Sit down, Anchor.
And then number 2, I'll go. I gotta take it back to Ghost Recon, because that's what started me on this online stuff.
All right, there you go.
And now, okay, I'm gonna go easy like Fastback. GTA.
Okay.
Man, that is easy.
Yo, but you gotta say which
You
one.
can't see me, but I'm flipping you off right now.
Which GTA you talking about? You talking about the top down GTA?
I'm
You
talking
was
about-
out there really
I'm talking
murdering
about-
people in the
I'm
streets?
talking about Vice City.
Oh, okay.
because
Oh, the lame one.
I put down the controller. And I thought I was a drug dealer in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
I was
you.
like, hey, you're the police? Okay. Hey, that's who.
I'm dead.
You got 2 more. What else you got?
All right, I'm gonna come with Mass Effect.
Woo, my man.
All right.
That trilogy, even though the third one ending sucked balls, but you know what? Hey, I put a lot of my life into that trilogy. You know what I mean? The character, my
So-
shepherd was.
So what
a
you're
beast.
saying is it could have ended at that other one, like before the last.
Yeah, it could have. Listen, it could have ended when you guys were like when we were rushing up into the spaceship. You know what I mean? It could have been like, you know, what was that? The female movie when they flew off the ledge. Thelma and Louise. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
Boom, bam. Everybody died. You know what I mean? Not this. Well, you got to make a choice. You want to kill everybody? You want to save everybody? You want to turn everybody into robots? and you know what? Everybody has a different light. Son of a bitch. At least you could have made some creative.
So that was the 5 right there. That was 4.
No.
He got one more.
No, I got 3 more.
Oh, let's go.
Halo, Call of Duty, and Red Dead.
Oh,
Salute.
You just threw Red Dead in there right now.
No.
You prisoner of the moment in the face.
Hey, Red Dead Revolver on the PS2. When you're doing that lining up for when you're shooting people, you know what I mean? When they call you out, come on, partner, we gonna step outside, and you're like, all right, cool. And then I always got blasted because I can never line up the two dots at the same time. You know what I mean? Hey, they were too fast. You know, there was a little bit of marijuana going around, but you know, I was a little chinky eyed, so you know, I'm like. My thumbs were a little slow, but what happened was I eventually got it, even though it was a flesh wound, but I still got him.
Still got it. That's what's up, man. Fantastic list, man. Yo, memory lane. We could talk forever. Never do a show with this right.
Yeah,
you gotta get it
right.
Yo, but yo, fantastic guys. So yo, last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question. With the recent announcement of Sony not attending nor holding an off-site press conference during E3, is this a mistake by Sony to skip on gaming's largest event of the year? The winner at 63% is the yes. Sony skipping E3 is a promotional misstep and breeds arrogance group. Coming in at a surprising second place at 21% was the I don't care Ghost of Tsushima Fruit Man is the real loser here. and that last place at 16% was the no. E3 is overrated and Sony can gear up for PS5 as the market leader group. Thanks to all the lords who
ain't have a choice.
You know what? Hey, people are saying that's the super fans. You know what I mean? Because really, I mean, let's be honest. And I'm gonna take off my Xbox hat for a second.
All right.
Sony pulling out of E3 is nothing but a bad thing because you know, and we talked about this on Crossfire. Like, what happens to all Sony's partners that they're supposed to be showing off their games at their conference?
That's what Addict
What
said.
about them? What about them?
I'm happy though. You know, Southbound. I'm really happy that you know, Sony is flipping the bird to these dudes. And I'm no, seriously. I'm happy because you chose somebody that didn't care about you. But I'm happy that happened because at Microsoft we have a home for you. Come on.
Oh my God! All right, Sean. All right, Sean.
The fridge is stocked. You want a beer? You want
Come on back. Come on back. Yo, Southbound.
Hey, come on, Boogie. Really? I ain't that. Okay, I'm old. All right.
Yo, Southbound. Sorry, 1 second, but in the chat they had said it earlier, and you know you was going through your story and your history, but they said the Microsoft new exclusive is coming out next year. It's called E3. It's called E3.
Lord,
well, yeah, it's a first person title. You know what I'm saying?
I need your feedback on that whole poll with Sony. If he's there, I guess.
What's that?
Okay, I say I need your feedback on that whole poll with Sony. Like, what was
I think it's disappointing. I mean, I understand that they don't have much to show. What Days Gone is going to be, that's February.
Yeah,
and well, we don't even know what else they have before E3. So, and like Southbound said, or they should at least be there to kind of celebrate. E3 to me is like a celebration of gaming. It doesn't matter if it's exclusive or third party or not. They should at least have a deal, show off some third party stuff, have something on the floor to, even if the current games that are already out or whatever. I mean, it's just a shame that. And for you guys, I've never been to E3, and one of these I wouldn't want to go. And yes, I'm a preferred Xbox gamer, but I would be disappointed if I can't go and at least try some of the games.
Yeah, I think you nailed it because we talked about it last week. I think for us, at least for me specifically, it's more of the competition aspect and the fact that they're just they're not there at all. Like, it's one thing to say, okay, you're not there, but you're gonna have a conference, almost like a Nintendo. But to have no presence at all, it's kind of tough.
Well, like you said, it's arrogant. You know what I mean? But we're bigger than E3. We're bigger than this. It's like, okay, yeah, you do got the mind share right now, but man, people that don't learn from the past are doing to repeat it. So when you get a little bit too big for your britches, it's gonna suffocate you.
What they say, pride before the fall, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
We got to see how this plays out. So shout out to everybody in the poll. We got a new one cooking up later. Lord Solve, you are back. You got some stuff to talk about, Black House. What's going on, man?
Let's go, man. Let's get into these
Let's get
MPD
into
numbers
it.
real quick. Let's listen. Call of Duty once again proved that it is a machine beyond reproach.
Mm.
And even though Red Dead only had a couple of days on the market before this shutdown, it's still black. That Call of Duty, man. Like I have to, and I'll get into that. In a
Do we have to bend the knee for Call of Duty beating Red Dead?
Call of Duty, man. That damn COD. I swore up and down. I said, you know what? Regardless of what the response was to the removal of single player, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I tell you this though, if there were no blackout mode this year, I don't care. I don't care what condition that single player game was going to be in. It was going to come out. I think. I think if no blackout was ready, they were just going to try to sell you multiplayer, regular COD multiplayer for $60. I think you were going to see that single player, whatever state it was in. I think. But you know what? You got to tip your hat to them. Like so with that, I say this: I have to give a big shout out to all you COD players, and I mean the real COD players, the ones that are there every single year, regardless to what you're playing COD, because you guys are a special kind of dumbass. Like, wow. And don't take it as an insult, right? Because
don't take it as an insult.
I smacked your mama, but don't take it personal.
Don't take it. I just smacked you in the mouth. Just don't take it.
Same thing about my Destiny brethren. Like I said, you guys are just a special kind of player. You know what I mean? Like, but the fact that you guys gravitated to this, regardless of the whole single player stuff and how much everybody had to say about that, it just speaks to your love of that game, that franchise, period, and your willingness to roll with the punches regardless to what. Every year we talk about the ebbs and flows of how it's selling less, how it did this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. You guys are there. And all this talk about what Call of Duty needs to move forward. What does it need to get revamped? It needed to remove the single player, apparently, to get revamped.
And that turns me off.
Yeah, and it turns me off.
But I'm a minority, so whatever.
But I will say this: I think that it's going to have kind of a long ripple effect and more repercussions in terms of other single player games, and I mean games that are in that ilk, right? I'm talking about anything that's coming out of EA's camp, mostly, right? I'm not talking. I don't think it's going to affect single player for like something like a Wolfenstein, Bethesda games, or things like that. I don't think it's affecting that at all. Those games are what they are, but I think moving forward, the success of this, removing that single player. I know they said the next Call of Duty is going to have single player, but it's a while before we hear about that game. And I would not be surprised if they mysteriously come out and say, hey, it wasn't coming together. Like, whatever. And we start seeing that trend moving forward. I really do think this is going to have repercussions industry-wide in terms of single player for these types of games. I think in particular, EA is going to look at what is happening with these games. Like obviously, Anthem is its own thing, right? The way that definitely like, right? And they're going to see how successful that game is or isn't based on that model. But when you look at Battlefront, when you look at Battlefield, when you look at Titanfall, especially Titanfall and Battlefront, that should be in the pipeline within the next year to year and a half, and you see the success of Flops 4, you gotta wonder if they're looking at, okay, so we already effed up with the loot boxes stuff. We're not doing that, right? We put in single player into Battlefront, and that wasn't necessarily received that great, right? So what can we do now to sort of reinvigorate the four? And if you look at Battlefield, right? Battlefield, they've gone with like single player vignettes, right? Nothing, no huge overarching story, nothing that they really have to sort of stick to, and you change up the experience, every 2 or 3 hours.
And low key, people have been complaining about that. Like, but that shouldn't even been in there in the first place. People are like, hey, why did you even do that? Like, they could have done without it. So that is interesting what you said.
To me, I think all of these games, the landscape of the single player stuff in these multiplayer centric first person shooters, I think it's going to change a lot with this. And I think EA is going to be funny because EA, they're going to be like, okay, we need to make this change in this direction, but how do we make money off of it? How do we monetize it, right? They're going to either have learned how to do that properly and not piss people off, or it's just going to be the loot crate stuff all over again.
All right, let me ask you a question, Lord. before I give it to the rest of the Lord. Like, so your fear is because of the success of a Call of Duty, with the fact that they remove single player and they still won an MPD, they still beat a Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, your fear is now that other companies are going to start mimicking this practice, other companies of that same ilk that have games of that same ilk. You think
Absolutely. Because if there's anybody that can get away money wise with making the single player and it not affecting how they, them eliminating a single player for them, as much money as they make year in, year out, they would be the ones least affected by that. They would be the ones that I would look at and be like, we can release it regardless to what the game is going to sell great regardless. Now, EA feels to me, EA feels like they're always looking at the bottom line more, and they're always looking at how do we streamline this to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of, I don't want to say least amount of effort put in, but there's a lot of effort that goes into a single player campaign that generally gets played through once, if that. So EA is always looking at how to monetize their product more over a longer period of time. Whereas Call of Duty, you're getting a new one in a year. So yeah, I just think it's gonna have an effect on how those games look moving forward. And I think all that single player stuff may be going the way of the dodo. I really do. As a result of this.
Let me get Attic. I don't know if Attic, because I know he had to jump out. Is Attic back? I don't know if he's back yet. Okay, he might be gone. All right, so let me get Fastback on this, man. Fast, what do you feel like? Do you think this may have a snowball effect in reference to single player campaigns?
Yeah, I mean, I think to a certain point, like Sovereign was saying that who knows, we could see this going on with Battlefield, Battlefront going forward. Some of these first-person shooter games. Now, two franchises I don't see this happening is Halo and Gears.
Yeah, that's not.
They cannot afford because to me, I look at those games. Those games are story first, and then you got multiplayer, which the multiplayer is popular, but they can't afford to do one without the other. So, but yeah, me myself, I like having the single player. I've always enjoyed playing single player first. Get into the game, the mechanics and everything, whatever, and then jump on multiplayer. So it is kind of disappointing, but hopefully it doesn't go how Sovereign thinks.
But Fast, let me double down. Are you surprised that, remember when COD got announced, it got dragged by the media. Like, I can't believe this is happening. A lot. Now, granted, they had the analytics, but it did get dragged. Are you surprised how much success this game has still has without the single player? Also,
the majority of the people that there are people, I know people who only game just to play Call of Duty.
Facts.
And that those are the majority of people who buy the consoles. So all they want to do is play multiplayer. So like Southbound said, we are in the minority who like to play the single player, and it's sad, but that's just the way it is.
Got you. Lord South, I need you on this, man. Like, what do you feel? You surprised by this the Black Ops 4 success?
Actually, I am. I'm really surprised because it's been in a downward spiral for a while, the last few games. And so I thought really this was like the death knell for them taking out the first player campaign, or the campaign model. But obviously it just shows that I don't know shit. You know what I mean? Because look, they're selling gangbusters. So I'm surprised. I don't think that necessarily it's gonna ruin a lot of games, because a lot of companies aren't Activision. You know what I mean? They don't impose their will on others like an EA does. But you see the pushback that EA is getting when it comes to microtransactions and stuff like that. So I really don't think that a lot of games are gonna go strictly online and battle royale style. But you never know. There might be one or two. I never think like Battlefield will.
But like you said, specifically those EA games, like you look at Battlefield, right? And it's, to me, it's just one of those things where they're constantly moving away from the traditional model of a single player campaign, right? One story, different like locales and stuff like that. Now,
but do they want? Do they want to be like, oh, you're just copying Call of Duty? Because they've been hearing that for 15 years. You know what I mean? Do they want to further that by saying, oh, yeah, you know what? Even though they're really copying PUBG and Fortnite, you know what I mean? But, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone just assumes that, oh, it was Call of Duty that did it.
My hope is that the pushback EA got because of the Loot Crate fiasco is enough for them to look at this and be like, you know what, we have to pave our own way, whatever that is, and not follow suit with this, and hope that we find the same success that they do with this model.
I agree.
But it's EA. I don't know, man. Sometimes EA feels like they are the most cookie cutter, follow the leader type, and it's crazy because they should be the leaders, right? They should be up there, and sometimes it feels like they're not.
Well, see, you know, it's funny. It's like if Activision is the evil empire, then then EA is like what, the Senate. You know what I mean? Like, it's just they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? They're both big, huge conglomerates, and they basically they're paving the way for all the other little companies. And but then look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft, they're in their own lane. They're like, yeah. You guys go ahead and do your little, microtransaction. You guys, get your hate from your fans and everything. We're gonna continue to do our thing over here, and we're we're printing money over here. So EA definitely needs to do something, and I hope it's not taking single player campaign away.
I feel you, man. Lord King, I need you on this, man. Where you at with this?
Well, okay. First is the Fortnite effect. Okay, that's one. All right, but I see these games going the opposite way of fighting games. Remember, fighting games back in the days didn't have no story.
Yeah, that's true.
Then along came Tekken and forced a story, and then fighting games had to have some type of story like linked to it. And either some people did it good or some people really didn't do it well, and they was always playing catch up to Tekken. Well, right now, Fortnite. And you can say PUBG first and all this other stuff and the Battle Royale style. And with no story, just plop you down into the world and let's get busy. That is successful. Now, what Call of Duty did was, and I'm going to have to counter Southbound because as us guys who don't care for Call of Duty, and only, we play the single player first, and like I do that too. Then if I get a chance to play the multiplayer, I'll do it. I have a lot of guys that don't care one squat about the single player and only play the multiplayer, right?
That's true too. Yeah.
So all these screams that were coming out before this game came out, and I was one of them. Oh, what? No multiplayer? I mean, no single player? What are you, crazy? We are the minority. All right, we are the haters. That we were yelling that out, and the dudes that were ready to line up to buy is the ones that was like, good. I wasn't playing that crap anymore. Right? So
that is true.
Save your money. Give us more content in this area. We don't care anything about it. And the numbers reflect that these dudes, they are the majority. They are the ones that control the narrative. Now, as far as EA goes, listen. This is the hubris. EA had its peak a long time ago. 2K came in and they started selling a basketball game for $20 and took the foundation from under them, right? Call of Duty came in, took the Battlefront or Battlefield front from under them. What EA has to do, and for Sovereign to understand this going forward, EA has to do bargain basement prices, right? These games have to come out at $20 a shot to sell volumes at a lower rate to erode the fan base from the other games in order to get back shares, right? So you have to go low for a little while to bring it back high. And it's not going to happen because these guys, like Sovereign said, is looking at the numbers and they're trying to give you the least amount of effort. And I'm going to say that because it seems like when I played that one player in the Battlefield, and I was like, wow, really? Like, I was looking forward to them having the single player. I wanted to prove the dudes wrong. I'm going to play the single player because it's here. And once I played the single player, I didn't buy the game because remember I had EA Access.
That's right.
Yeah, I ended the single player and I was like, really? Like it was like half-hearted. And I said, I really don't care to play the multiplayer, but if you'd have gave me the robust single player like you showed in the trailer, like it looked like, I would have really supported you guys. And it just seems like they dropped the ball when they had the opportunity to galvanize the single player experience people and push them in that direction. But I see going forward a lot of these games removing that whole aspect of single player, because if it's not selling, there's no need for it. And they might as well didn't even have it in Battlefield. It was like a tack on.
Yeah, I mean, let me jump in. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I was just surprised on two fronts. One, that Red Dead was actually defeated because I definitely did. I still
Didn't have a full month.
that is true. I didn't,
Yeah.
but I thought even with just the 9 days, still
Mm-mm-mm.
do it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Call of Duty. They still, it's still strong out here. It wasn't a fair fight as far as length of
Nope.
days. So we got to give Red Dead that. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't
But
train.
you're out of control. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, Activision, they got the analytics. You know what I'm saying? They got it in front of them. And as much as, we, the hardcore, the minority, and everyone, hate the fact that they removed it, the numbers show, you know what I'm saying, that it still was successful. So I'm very curious also to see how Red Dead actually is going to do next month as well, as far as the MPD, to see how that plays out.
Yeah, but you have to factor in Black Friday because that pushes a lot of sales, a
Right.
lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And to Saul's point, this is real key now because we got to see how this goes as far as removing single player, like how the industry can be kind of like a copycat league, right? When the battle royal is popping now, people want to put battle royal now. Call of Duty sets the trend, remove single player. Now what happens? Like, does the EA, does these companies now follow this mindset, or is it just a one-off thing because COD multiplayer is so strong, so that they can get away with it? So, yeah, man, this is, shout out to COD. Like, I didn't see this coming. They bet on themselves, so to speak. They won.
They doubled down.
Yeah,
What I
man.
worry the game that I worry most about in this scenario is
Mhm.
Titanfall 3, because Titanfall 2 single player was outstanding. Like, it was really outstanding. In a lot of ways outshined in terms of popularity the multiplayer stuff. The multiplayer is really
Mhm.
high. But that single player campaign for Titanfall 2
Was
was better.
amazing.
Yeah, but you have to remember that when Timefall won,
One launch, exactly.
they
I was gonna say.
they shit the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
So
did.
I don't think they can go back to that.
I agree with South.
But this is the thing though. But this is the thing though. That model wasn't prevalent now. Say now you have COD as the blueprint, right? And
Mhm.
it's different. It's not. It wouldn't be exactly the same thing, right? I thought about the same
Sovereign,
thing.
that game might not come
Let
out.
me.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh no,
you
it's coming.
exactly. They might not come out because aren't they working on a Star Wars game as well?
No, I
Yeah.
think Titanfall 3 is in development though. I did.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff die in development too.
Oh my.
Like like seriously, I thought that game was so outstanding. I thought Titanfall 2 was so outstanding.
Was.
Yep.
Just
But
the
it
worst release
never
date
took
ever.
off.
Yeah,
It
but
just
that's
but it
EA's
just
fault. Like for putting that so close with the window. But I see what you're saying.
yeah.
I think I agree with South in the sense that with Titanfall specifically, because they launched with no campaign and got so much backlash for that. 2 comes out, has a great campaign, but I think it's just a victim of the release
Yeah.
date.
Well, yeah. Because I mean, look at let
Mhm.
me put an analogy
Go for
to
it,
you.
South.
You go to a restaurant and the first thing you eat is trash. Then you know what, you get talked into something. Oh, you know what? Let's come back. They got something else on the menu, and you go back and you eat and say, you know what? That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back the third time and it's trash, you know what I mean? Like, because all right, the second time, it washed that taste out your mouth. But if you
But how many people go
you don't want to
back to
remind
that
people of that.
restaurant, South, man? Like after I go to a trash restaurant the first time, I'm super reluctant to ever show my face there again. So
Right.
those people that purchased Titanfall the first time, they looked at the second time was like, it's not gonna happen, bro. And even if you gift me the game, I'm not gonna play it. So it's really putting that bad taste in your mouth from the first time. But don't forget, the first time it was a Xbox exclusive.
Right.
All right,
Well,
and then it had all that.
They had the hate with that too.
Yeah, it had that
The
hate
cloud
with it.
compute.
Yes, and
Cloud
then it
computers,
had
yeah.
the whole what was it, 720p? Remember
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
when Resolution Gate was going down, so it
Facts.
fell under that.
That was a peak.
Yeah.
No,
So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this is interesting. So I think I'm gonna let you finish your topic. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on. But I thought this was a great topic, and it's gonna be interesting to see moving forward, man.
I mean, basically that's it. Like, I just think I worry about those type of games because if there's anything that draws me to those games is those single player campaigns. Like I mean, there's no way in hell you should release a Star Wars game without a great single player campaign. I don't care if it's Battlefront. I
Yeah.
don't care what it is. Same thing with Battlefield. You have so many stories you can draw from. Like you can come up with a great single player campaign if you want to. It's just a matter of the time and the effort and the money. I know it's all those things have to come in line. But I think again, like Titanfall, if it does come out, it needs to have that. I don't see it going back. I don't see it being successful if it goes back to this formula.
Yeah.
I just hope that this is an isolated thing. Blops. I hope Blops move. I hope Call of Duty moving forward continues to have single player. But I just don't know.
I think it's a wrap, though. I think it's a wrap. I think once they saw that money without it,
I would not be surprised a couple of months out from release of the next game. They're like, oh, whatever. Like, it's not coming.
Because see, the thing, you know what it is, Sav? They still have zombies. They still got the blackout mode to supplement. So it's like they've already proven, look, we can live without this. And let's be real, in defense to them, we're gonna play Lord Chill for a minute. Like, these campaigns ain't cheap, man.
No,
these campaigns, these voice acting, the CGI, like
but it showed. They put a lot of time into it. Like King said, it wasn't just a tack on. They put their minds to it, and they really did a good job. That's why I enjoyed it so much. That's why I'm bothered by it and not being there so much.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I hear what you guys are saying. At the same time, don't quote me, but I remember them having analytics, and the number was like 10%. Some very
we were playing.
So as much as the hardcore, we love to do it, and we felt these campaigns are great. The numbers were saying the casuals ain't doing this. They jumping in and they launching multiplayer, and they trying to prestige from day one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's
what's sad too is that the developers who are working on these single player campaigns, if these studios say, we're not going to do campaign, then there might be some developers out of a job.
Yeah, you're all right, man. It's very interesting to see. So we're gonna move on. I'm up. Xbox Asian GGPD division.
Let me get the first crack at that, please.
I got you. What I'm saying, I got you. Shoot your shot. But yeah, man. So basically, looks like a shout out to Gear Nuke and these guys. I believe it was Daniel Kahn. And these guys put out the article first. And pretty much they set up an Xbox division to basically start partnerships with Japanese and Asian developers. We saw some job listings, and we know in the past, previously, Phil Spencer and ID at Xbox, Chris Charla, those guys are kind of responsible for going out to Japan and these regions and kind of establishing and closing these deals. But from what we are learning, this Microsoft Global Gaming Partnership and Development is a division that's dependent on the branch of Xbox, and part of those basically requirements of this job listing, the details. So it looks like this is the place of residence is not fixed. So but it requires you to hit Tokyo, South Korea, Shanghai, also Redmond. And the purpose of the regional team should be to close agreements with potential partners. The candidate will be the representative of Xbox in the territory. And then it said that they should deal with the studios and developers to detect opportunities. They'll be in charge of several people. So pretty much looks like Xbox is kind of set up shop in an area of weakness. So I wanted to bring this to the Lords. And Lord King, you're up first. What do we make of this, the Xbox Asian division? And what do you feel for the future about it?
Phil is Barry Bonds.
Here we go.
Phil is Barry Bonds, baby. Phil is Barry.
You got to bend the knee. You got to bend the knee to Xbox only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior.
Let me tell you what my man Phil. Who did that for you? Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at because they hit me in the head with the PlayStation leak crap, and I looked over and Phil was like, "Time out. Let this leak out." What? Who said that? Phil said that. Yo. You're seeing his petty. Y'all seeing it. Like, right in front of your very eyes. Yo, Jez, who grind them gears, baby. Get them gears grinding. I told you when he's in a position of power, he gonna put that foot on the neck. The neck is being choked out right now. This is when the neck is being choked out. When he goes to your backyard, puts a house out in your back, he bought land in your backyard. He put a house back there, and he's right now recruiting in their backyard. Like, yo, you don't like it over there? You want to make games over here? You want to mess with the biggest company?
Does he have an office, or is he selling mixtapes?
He pulled up. He popped the trunk. He got the mixtapes out right now, while the studios are being built right now. So he out there doing. Man, when I saw this, somebody said, "Well, Microsoft never sold well in Japan anyway, so why go back there?"
Mm-hmm.
I feel you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you're saying. I know you hurt. You're tired of being spawned from the beautiful girl at the dance. I know you want her to choose you. I understand. You know what Phil did? Phil said, hey, I'm going to do a full body makeover. I got to see how they move out here. So he went out there, he checked, he looked at the landscape, he saw how they moved out there because he was trying to move New York way out there. That don't work like that. So you have to go out there, learn the culture, figure it out, how they move.
Hold on, bring Harmony code for your neck. He said Xbox Division gets no credit from me. They should have been done this years ago. Why are
But they didn't have Phil there. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I just told you who did this for you. You want me to tell you again? Lord Southbound, Phil Spencer. Check him. If Google him, figure him out. Go like, follow, and subscribe to him, and then you get all the information as it trickles down to you. Phil did this for you. Like when those games start coming out of Japan and the Asian continent, and they start actually selling more than 200, because they sold 204 last month. Yeah, when they start without promotion. Okay, to sell 204 without promotion means there's an audience out there that wants to get on board. What happens when the promotion comes? What happens when the games is out there? What happens when they have something small enough to fit inside these small homes that this culture doesn't buy multiple consoles? They buy one, stick with one. All right, and they rock like that. Maybe you might get two. You might have a Switch and a PlayStation. Maybe. But if they choose that Switch, they rock with the Switch.
Let me ask you this, Kate. I'm gonna double down. Like, what do you hope to come out of this? What are you hoping to come out of? What do you realistically? What you think, Mike?
What I told you right before that X Award was gonna go down. Phil gonna build a studio. He's gonna get top notch talent. Now maybe some of the talent y'all say, oh, I don't even know who that guy is. But then you start going to the colleges. You start going to these what can I say? These after schools that have.
You talking like farming the young talent, kind of?
Right, and you start bringing them in. You start giving them jobs, right? You start getting this fresh young minds, what's on the cutting edge of what's going on. These hungry developers, these new guys that are born in that area, that knows what's hip, what's happening there. Don't go after the old heads. If they come in to oversee it, fine. If you can get a big fish, fine. But cultivate there.
That young talent. You want to start drafting.
Let it grow, right? And because you're already buying studios left and right. And that's over here. So you're shoring up this over here. But to show in your weakness that you're doubling down and you're putting the effort in the right area. You're not going over there buying like a Miss Walker and signing a couple of games here and there. No, what you're doing is you're actually setting up shop there. So when you go to a restaurant, right? How likely are you to go to a food truck or to go to a restaurant that's actually there, that's permanent? See, the food truck, you can catch food poisoning. He ain't there tomorrow. That restaurant that's sitting right there, they see the restaurant. They're like, yo, they here for sure.
Hey, my brother was a food truck, but you might be right, but you know.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right? You get permanence. See, resonance. There's something to do with that resonance, with the permanence that equals confidence. And Phil understands that. He understands you have to move different. We tried it the one way. Let's try it this way.
Yeah, they tried it the other way. No, this is good, man. I want to get fasted. If I heard fast chirping and chomping at the bit, so let's get fast in there, man. What do you feel about this whole thing, man? This Xbox Asian division. Where you at with this?
Well, I mean, somebody said in chat, well, they should have done this back then. To me, none of that means nothing. It doesn't matter. What matters is going forward. This could, like you were saying, this could help bring in some young talent. We could see some games that coming into Xbox ecosystem that not on other platforms.
Can I get some JRPGs though? Can I get some JRPGs?
Dragon. I do. We need some JRPGs, and get to the point where someone can say, "Well, I don't like playing Xbox. They don't have the games I like." Well, then when you start bringing the games that people like, then what's your excuse after that?
Facts.
So they needed. You can't. Yes, they struggled in the Asian market, especially Japan, but they need to keep going. You can't just say, well, we failed, let's forget about it. No. There's gaming in Japan. There's gaming in China and South Korea. You need to be in those markets. You need to find out what makes those gamers there tick. What do they like? Xbox needs to bring games, work with the Asian developers, bring the games that market likes, and that game can work here in the US and Europe. Then you bring it over. But they need to do this because Sony's all over the world. Sony is in that market. Of course, that's their home. So it needs to happen.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Bring Harmony still on our neck. He said, late to the party as usual. Xbox division seems to have a hard time multitasking. I'm gonna let South.
Wait. Harmony, did you go and check the Black Friday deals? Because there's JRPGs in there, and if you claiming that there's no JRPGs, go in there and support, brother. It's in there. Go get some. You got still one more day, and they 25% off.
Bringing Harmony, that's for sure. He's bringing discontent.
He's bringing disco. Shout out to Harmony, man. He always, bro. I love him in the chat. Come on, South. Let's go. What do you feel about this, man?
Well, you know what? I actually went to the restroom. So what did I miss?
All right, so we gonna get it back for you.
With you. You was in there.
Bring it back. Basically, Microsoft, they opened up that Asian GGPD Xbox division, that partnership with Japanese and Asian developers. So pretty much they look like they're setting up shop out there, as opposed to the past where Phil and Chris Charla would kind of just fly out there.
You know what? Okay, yeah, I pretty much know what you're talking about. You know what? I'm not gonna sit there and say, yeah, you know what? They're taking over Japan, this and that, because obviously that's never gonna happen.
Right.
I think that what they're trying to do is trying to bridge that gap a little bit for we're talking about the JRPGs and RPGs for over here in the West. You know what I mean? Not to sell 25 more Xboxes in Japan. But, you know what I mean?
Not an exaggeration. 25.
You're not lying.
But seriously, I just think that they're trying to broaden horizons a little bit and trying to bring more games to us. And that, I mean, how can you hate on that? Yeah, it may be late. It should have been done 10 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Hey, hindsight's 2020. Everybody can be an armchair quarterback.
Talk that talk.
But the fact of the matter is, it's better late than never.
Facts. I'm with you on that one big time. Lord South, I'm very curious about you.
Southbound stole my point. Which is
That's why it's best to go first.
I mean, I honestly, at this point, I don't really care how successful Xbox is in Asian markets. I really don't. What I do care is that they have a good relationship with that development community to again satisfy the fervor that we have for Asian style games here in the West. You look at Dragon Quest, Persona, Nier, stuff like that. Like all that stuff has been big the past couple of years, and Xbox gamers, for the most part, haven't had access to that stuff. I know we just got Nier, and some stuff moving down the pipeline. But I think for me, that's the biggest thing. There has been this. People say like the Japanese gaming market, the core gaming market, never went away. The development community never went away. But Japan has shifted so much towards portable gaming, towards mobile stuff, that you saw this big sort of ditch where there was nothing there for the core gamer, either in Japan or here. So now, the fact that they're over there, should it happen a long time ago? Yes, absolutely. But again, a lot of those bridges got burned for whatever reason. Those lines of communication weren't open, and now they are. But I really care for it. I really care about how that affects us and what we get. Honestly, I don't care about anything else. I want those games over here.
Yo, shout out to two people in the chat. I want to shout out Sammy Prescott. He said Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey was some of his favorite games last gen. Hell 360 had Eternal Sonata, TOV first, and then Infinite Discovery, Last Remnant. And I don't know what the F happened when the well ran dry. Shout out to Clowns bringing back. He wants Dungeon Explorer for TurboGrafx. Shout out to Clowns.
Yo, that's a serious game.
That's a serious game.
That's a serious game.
Shout out to the Turbo Tap. Remember, you had the Turbo Tap for that one?
me and Cognito. Oh, man. I miss my TurboGrafx.
Hell yeah, man. Let me jump in on this, man. I think, first of all, when I heard the news, I think this is a positive step, y'all. I really do. I think there's just a right approach with Microsoft here. Instead of like Phil, like I said, and Chris Charles just jumping on a plane, make the visit. make the singular day or whatever, make a deal and then bounce back.
Woo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the key for them is to set up shop in the region, develop slow. I like that approach. Who knows what's going to come out of it? But I definitely think it is sound. I think what they're doing is sound. It's a new approach. For shout out to Phil on this, the King guy. You know what I'm saying? Who did that hashtag? Who did that for you? But yeah, man, I
Bill,
think.
aka Barry Bonds.
Oh my God! Now you're on steroids.
Dashing.
You know what I'm saying?
Smashing it. Barry Bonds in the building.
So yeah, man, like getting them JRPGs would be nice. You know, specific exclusives or even existing ones, like the personas, that stuff that doesn't come on Xbox, right? Those type of titles that would be cool. And I think the missing thing here is actually the mobile market, because we know that that's really button, and in fact that they're also trying to set up shop in Korea and China. So now you tie that in with Project X Cloud. You feel what I'm saying? You throw that in, you start throwing in, you start extending that reach on these mobile devices and these games that's targeted for those regions. And maybe you have these devs that definitely, again, cater to that market, have those sensibilities. Because let's be real, like Microsoft for the most part has been out of touch with Japanese sensibility, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? My humble opinion, I feel they're out of touch. So if you have that team that's there, right? They're setting up deals, they're trying to maybe do what King is saying, get these young, hungry, devs on a come up, get them in the fold. Maybe in the future you do eventually have a studio out there. You know what I mean? That it's a lot of possibilities here. It may take time. It may be a small step. And I know, yes, it should have been done a long time ago, but I think this is the right approach. And I think them not giving up, because a lot of times, let's be real, King, they were like, it's never going to happen out there. They don't love us. Yeah, like, throw your hands up. And I like his determination to keep going back there. Shout out to DMV fan in the chat. Atlas is one of his big Japanese companies making exclusive. Oh, yes. Shinigami Tensei. Like, those things are, to me, you have to, as much as some people like, hey, I don't want that quote unquote crap. We ain't going to use the word. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you want variety on your platform. You don't want to just only be known as the shooter box, right? You want people who would buy your platform. I know people who bought, shout out to my man Senjutsu Sage, who bought like Last Odyssey for 360. Like, there's people who buy the system just for those games. So you want that diversity, you want that variety. So we shall see. You know what I'm saying? What happens of this? But yeah, man, we're gonna move on. Lord Addict, I know he's been having some issues, so I'm just gonna jump on his topic right quick. He wanted to talk about Pokemon Let's Go, his impressions. I did not pick it up, but briefly, I'm doubting anybody on this planet will pick it up, but I'm gonna ask. Did anyone pick up Pokemon Let's Go? That's a resounding. That's a resounding
no.
Okay, so he didn't pick it up, but I do want to say, what fly do they stop? I do want to say that obviously it was aimed for the casual, the hardcore Pokemon guys. Obviously, were a little upset at first that this wasn't a traditional game, so to speak. But I just wanted to say, like,
I heard that it's the first game just redone. Like,
it's in Kanto, right?
It's the complete first game that came out on the Game Boy. The monochrome one.
Oh, the first old school.
Right. Okay. The first game is that game with updated graphics. Same exact location, same exact way that you do the battles, same exact everything. That's what they're pissed off with, because all the advancements that it did in the series going up to this, it's been stripped away. You're starting from base one. So that's what everybody's pissed off about. But, excuse me, from a graphical standpoint, and if you've never, ever got a chance to play the first one, this is a great time for people that new Switch owners that's never played a Pokemon game, that this, and the title is appropriate because it's Let's Go. Pokemon Let's Go. Like, let's go, let's get it started. We in this.
Get it popping.
And the new one is coming.
Pokemon Black Eyed Peas. Let's get
it's just a reintroduction to an original title that you've maybe never played. You probably came in on Diamond, Pearl, or whatever, Ruby, Sapphire, and you didn't get a chance to play this one. So those mechanics, those advanced mechanics of the later games aren't in the first game, but you got to take this game for it being a remaster of the first game.
And I want to double down what you're saying in the sense also too. We got to keep it real. Like, as far as, like I said, the hardcore community,
I got you at it.
Be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw them numbers. Like 3 million. 3
No,
million
bro,
in
they're
the
not playing.
first week.
They're not playing.
So they're not playing. So traditional Pokemon are not, the franchise seem to be getting stronger. Shout out to Matt Piscatella on those numbers. And Nintendo might still meet those financial goals that we thought might be shaky, right? Before we see all these big games coming out. And analysts had a lot of projections for these guys. But we still have Smash. They still have Smash coming. And also shout out Clowns in the chat. He made a point. The music, he said the music in the Switch Pokemon is very relaxing. Don't know if it's worth $60. I dropped 50. I feel you, Clowns, because I was gonna get it, but they had the nerve to not have no discount on Black Friday, so that kind of pissed me.
You ain't gonna get a discount on no daggone Pokemon.
Yeah, but I'm not paying 60 beans, bro. 60.
Don't buy it. Simple. That's it. There's 3 million people that thought otherwise.
You are correct. I'm gonna give it up to Let's Chat before we move on. Anybody want to jump in on this Pokemon thing before we move on, Solve?
No, I mean, the numbers don't surprise me at all. The fact that it's kind of that middle ground between Pokemon Go and old school Pokemon, and it does remove some of the deeper aspects of gameplay that some of the later ones had, but we're gonna get that next year. It's Pokemon, man. It's gonna sell gangbusters no matter what, man. It could have been a stick with like a Pikachu noise, and it would have sold. Like,
it would have sold.
So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I want to see what Smash does. What next week? Week after next?
Yeah, Smash next week. Lord South, you running out to get that Pokemon day one, right?
Oh yeah, you already know. I already got I pre-ordered 5 copies.
No doubt. You know how you feel about the series.
Can I wake up from my slumber now?
Yes, we're almost done. Your nap is almost over.
I was taking a nap. I'm on my phone right now. Like, okay,
this topic has zero to do with me.
Lord Fastback, you racing out day one? Did you cough?
No, man. That's my 5-year-old. We have a Switch. She plays Mario Kart. But no, Pokemon. If she wants it, we'll probably pick it up around Christmas time.
Yeah,
but
Pokemon in the bushes?
That sounds like an easy game for her to get introduced into Pokemon if she wants.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I'm not buying it.
Yourself, Cloud said you fantasizing about Pokemon on Xbox.
Another key thing with it, it doesn't use both Joy-Cons. It only uses one Joy-Con.
Yo, shout out to Slow Mo. I agree, Slow Mo. Nintendo would have done better on Black Friday if they would have did a sale for the Switch. I agree, like there was no sale, but anyway, that's just me. We are gonna move on because we got to wake up the rest of the panel. Lord King, you're up with the final topic, man. Spidey, what's going on?
Yo, Slow Mo, this is it. You waited, you got it. Here it is. All right, yo, check it out. So, on the 20th, I didn't even know. I was so deep into playing God of War that the 20th came and I had an alert on my phone. It said Spider-Man DLC, second DLC. So I looked. I was like, yeah. So I downloaded it, and what I've noticed about this DLC in both, and they're not long. You could probably beat them in 2 hours. Each one of them. But the content in each one is very mature, right? The first content, the Black Cat DLC, revolves around an illegitimate baby. And how does
having things going down?
Yes,
he's scamming. Is Spidey scamming?
Spidey out here did his scam game, and he has.
Hey, we're bringing it on point out here. Mary Jane ain't gonna be happy about this.
Yo, she's not. But see, you have to deal with it from both aspects of. I got to step to be a dad. I got this woman that I love, and she don't know about this other woman that I was with, and I might have a child. All these. Mature
he's definitely
themes.
From Brooklyn. No,
yo, crazy, right? So,
yo,
he just put a really bad, Brooklyn. So the next one is dealing with police and rogue feelings on how an officer can go over the edge with emotion and hate, and how they can commit a crime that is so egregious that it goes against the code. And you get to see that vulnerability in an officer that is with you throughout the first part of the main game. And in this DLC, you get a chance to see that individual go over the edge. So in these DLCs, I understand why they are not part of the main game. Because let's say you purchase the game, so you can control the DLCs, right? And you don't want your child to know about illegitimate babies, right? In the first DLC. So if you get the main game, they don't approach that stuff. They approach death and life and taxes and all that other stuff in there. And this Spider-Man is very mature. It's not
That's deep.
like weak. You understand? When you play, this is why it's my game of the year. But my thing is, being that I see the direction of the DLC, do you think that this is a good way to put mature or M-rated content into a PG-13 game later on, so you can separate that from the regular crowd, and you can have the crowd that can purchase this separate content if they're old enough to deal with such matters? Do you think that's a viable thing going forward? Because if that is used and that model is used, I think it reaches a larger crowd.
Hold on. Before we get into the rest of the laws, Lady L Boogie in the chat says, King, why does Mary J got to be so ugly?
Oh, you know what? Because the black cat is so beautiful, though.
Oh, her textures is not lit. What's up? What's the story on this?
She's really basic.
She's
basic. She's basic.
Homely.
She's basic, but black cat is lit.
What you said, Fastback? I heard Fastback. Mary playing. Oh. Let me get Solve in on this, man. Solve, did you get any of these DLCs? Or
I have them. I started again once Red Dead came out. Everything fell to the wayside. I started the first DLC and I played just a very little of it, and that was it. So I haven't gotten into any of the stuff. But I think the whole DLC model stuff is interesting. You know, when you look at like what happened with Final Fantasy 15 and trying to give you DLC, 3 years removed from the launch, like it's tough to maintain people's interest in these games. And I think Spider-Man is doing it perfectly, where it's just a few months removed from the launch of the game. It keeps you invested in a way that other ones don't. And the storylines, like the maturity of the storylines, because I think the core story in Spider-Man is mature, but it kind of walks that line where the kids will still enjoy it and it's not over their head. And a lot of the themes going in the middle of it, like towards the end, the themes get a little heavier, obviously,
right?
And the kids may not necessarily be there for that. But I just think it's perfect, because when it comes to DLC like that, I think the people who are enjoying it more are probably the adults, the older Spider-Man fans. So to give them a more mature story so close to the launch of the game, it's great. I think, especially with that Spider-Man bundle selling out, like you giving people more and more content to play. So have they said if there's anything beyond this DLC, this stretch of DLC, or is that it?
I'm not sure. I just want to get.
Hey, so real quick.
Go for it.
Basically, like what they're doing with The Simpsons. The Simpsons, on all accounts and purposes, it's like for kids. But when you really pay attention, like, wait a minute, they're really. Wow, hold on. Let me rewind that for a second. Like,
it's DLC packages inside the Simpsons.
Yeah, that's TVMA right there.
Yourself. So what do you feel, Joe? Like, did you? I don't know if you got it or anything.
Nah, you know what? I haven't played it, but everybody's loving it. So you know what I mean. That's great, and that's cool if they can really slide in some DLC, some more mature DLC. Because everyone thinks Spider-Man's like the do-gooder. The really the Poindexter of the crew. You know what I mean? So like it's nice to have some adult situations that that he has to deal with.
No doubt. Shout out to Plain Jane. Oh,
they Plain Jane.
Plain Jane.
Slow-mo wanted me to expound on.
I was going to give you that. That's literally I was going to give you that, King, and then we get Fastback. So, King, to Slow-mo's point, he said he doesn't mind the content. There's issues with the content only being 2 hours per DLC, and this can be started and finished in one sitting. This just comes out in a month removed from the launch of the game. So that's his issue. What say you, King?
All right, so Slow-mo, I think it's $19.99 for all three of them, right? So if you add up all three, you say that is 6 hours of gameplay for $19.99, right? And you have other challenges and stuff like that you can do that you can prestige in. I feel the 2 hours is fitting for that small storyline that they're doing, and they leave it in an episodic way that leaves you with a cliffhanger because the whole DLC is connected, but it's different stories that are the main stories in each DLC. The way they're breaking it down, and if that was part of the game, we wouldn't be crying about it. But being that we see it have this mature theme, I can see why they removed it from the game. I think it would have all been together, but I think these themes are too mature for the audience that they intended to sell the game to. But they still wanted this content for us.
I feel you. I hear you say. I hear his point. Let me get a Fastback in. Fastback, did you pick up Spider-Man?
No, I don't have a PS4 right now, so
okay.
But I definitely will play it, and I'll pick up these DLCs, and especially being mature content. Being an adult. I would like to see other games adopt this, where you get some DLC where kids cannot buy it, but we can.
Kids gotta be mad, Fastback.
No, I mean, give us some mature content on some of these games. And DLC, but no, definitely. As far as this, keep bringing it.
No doubt. Yeah, man, this is a good one. I mean, from what I understand, King, like, I'm just happy to see them support the title. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing, King, I just don't want this is a really good game, right? And I just hope that it's not overlooked at the Game Awards. Like, for them to come, I'm worried that they literally can come away with nothing at the Game Awards.
I think they're gonna be overlooked because the hype behind God of War,
I know,
and the hype behind Red Dead is so grand. It's crazy. But see, this is where those Game Awards is taken with a grain of salt. Because Addict said his game of the year is Assassin's Creed. Last year, my game of the year was Assassin's Creed. I really didn't care about anybody else's opinion when it came to that. So if the awards can come and go, don't miss out on a game because it didn't receive an award.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have a lot of people.
But remember, a lot of people do. Oh, well,
they do.
Yeah. You're right.
It's trash. It's trash.
If it doesn't get a perfect 10, like now, 8 is almost unsatisfactory, right?
What the hell is that about?
Yeah, 8, if you don't get a 9 or a 10, and that's why I guess I have me and Addict was on the same page with the 10 thing, is because it to me it just devalues it. If we throwing the 10s out so much, now an 8, 9 comes along, and for example, let's say Spider-Man is in that range. Now people are like, oh, it's but God of War. You know what I'm saying? But Red Dead.
There used to be a time when you used to die to get 5 mics in a source.
Thank you.
And
not everybody.
You understand that now. See, now we talking, right?
Yeah.
So when they gave 5 mics out, I remember when me and Cognito stopped reading the source. They gave 5 mics out to somebody that did not deserve it. I'm not gonna put them on blast.
We saw
it wasn't
Hellmatic.
It was garbage. It was straight trash. It was in the bushes. It was 3 mics at best. That's when we knew that they mics was for sale. So, I'm telling
they
you
didn't
right
get
now.
5 mics at doggy style. Really?
Facts.
You understand?
Think about that, South. Right? See what you just said?
Wow.
What I'm talking, and we all know that Snoop album was that
banging.
Heat.
You can go top 10 all day, and that's in the list.
Facts.
Continue. No matter what coast you from.
So these dudes out here giving out 5 mics to these games, and I'm telling you, God of War is not 5 mics. I don't care how you feel. I've played it. I done prestige, platinum did. I done did what I did in it, and it doesn't have no content. It shows you places you can't go. That literally, fundamentally, that gets me so worked up by seeing Asgard right there, and I can't click it because it says Odin says no. Yo, throw this game away. That's how I feel. Spider-Man doesn't have that same thing, and it gave me DLC. So,
real quick, because I got to ask you, because Victor Alstein wants a question for you. He said, with the success of Spider-Man, is there a chance Marvel takes control of MCU games, as they could be a new potential gold mine, and they would want to avoid losing the games to different publishers?
No. Well, Sony is Spider-Man is Sony's. So that has absolutely nothing to do with it. The developer is Sucker Punch, so that within itself is a whole Sony thing. Disney controlling what's going on. Remember, Disney Infinity, they had all that Marvel stuff. They did all of that. That stuff sold. They did take control. Remember, you didn't get that. What was it? Marvel versus Capcom. You lost Wolverine and stuff like that until they were able to purchase Fox.
Right.
They took control of their IPs. So, but are they going to make a game? Yeah, pretty much so. The movies is selling. Will it be of this caliber? I highly doubt it.
I don't think they'll make games themselves. They just want to have more control.
Farm it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah, man, and like I said, back to the Spider-Man thing, I heard good things. You know, I'm definitely gonna get into it. I actually like the fact that it's kind of a short burst because as an older gamer, I don't got time to be playing these 25-hour DLCs. So like little quick bursts, get in, get out. And I heard that it's better. What is this one? Is this the heist or is this what's the name of this one? You remember?
This one is the heist. No, the first one is the heist. This one is what is it called? Slow-mo?
Yeah, the second one is a different name, but I heard that the second one is definitely more improved. Turf Wars. Oh,
yeah, it's called
yeah.
Boy, so they are hard as hell. Pause. They them regular dudes. Whoa,
they regular. They serious.
Yo, man, I stood one time in a board, and I literally, because you have to go inside these boards, right? And you have to take over Hammerhead's turf, right? Turf Wars. And you have to go inside and you have to clear it out. And they send waves at you. These guys are tougher than the last one. Like, I don't know. I was clearing them out before with no problem, but right now it's very hard for me to get the 3 stars. I'm like, yo, this is hard as hell. Pause.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, shout out Slow-Mo. He said it was Turf War. And last one before it was called Silver Lining is so yeah, man, like I said, I'm glad to see the support, and I'm definitely glad to see, like I said, them improving on it, doing mature themes. I'm definitely gonna dust off that Spidey and get that popping. But that's what I got on it. We are going to get ready to close out. So new ILP poll this week. It's inspired by Lord South. He said, with the MVD sales success of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, removing a traditional single-player campaign in favor for multiplayer-centric modes, how concerned are we that other titles of the same vein follow suit with this practice? Choices are A, very concerned. Publishers have the analytics and want to mimic similar profit success. B, not concerned. COD is an anomaly. 2018 has proven traditional single player is here to stay. Or C, I don't care. It was all fun and games until COD stole that battle royal mode. That is the question. Those are the choices. Please rock the vote at the end of the show tomorrow. Lord Fastback, Lord Southbound, an absolute pleasure. Have both of you in a room. Both of you
honored to be here.
Big honor. Thank you.
Woo! Where can the fine people find? Let's start with Lord Fastback. Where can the fine people find you, and what do you have going on out here?
All right. So now that we passed the Thanksgiving, you can find me back on OGNOG next Friday at 9:30 Eastern. So, like I said, I can't miss another one. So,
he said, I got you on blast. He got your attention card.
He did. You only got so much paid time off. You ain't getting no. And then WDFC, like I said, we try to do it every other week. We're gonna probably go to Fridays. So I'm not sure if we'll be on next Friday, but I'll definitely, tweet it out and all that. WDFC is just whenever. Who the F cares? We'll be on when.
Exactly. I love the name. Classic. Shout out to the crew, man. Shout out to NLG, Sting, HGK. That girl's crazy. Juan, all the crew. Shout out to WDFC, my man Daz, Batteris. That's what we call him now. He got so many names.
We get him on. Maybe he'll go on his cuss as much as I did, but
he fixed his language for the Lord's Day. We'll get him on. We got that. Shout out to Witty. Shout out to Coop, man. Great group of guys. Please check these guys out there. Again, Friday's going to be their day, looks like, right? Start popping. And NLG, I believe, is Friday. Was at 9:30? Stinger goes? Yeah, man. Great podcast, unifying the podcast community, bringing them together, a great group of guys. Salute Fastback. This was long overdue, man.
Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely. And Lord Southbound, the legend, the Microsoft Xbox royalty was in the building today. Graced us with his presence, tremendous knowledge, jokes for days. I'm using scamming from now on. my man South, man. Good to have you. Where can the fine people find you?
You know what? You can catch me all day on Twitter at Southbound 110. You know, I think here in the short term future, I will be popping up on some more podcasts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, ever since I got back on Crossfire tonight, I was like, you know what? I got the flavor, man. I feel it, the spirit.
Yo, kick South want to get back in the booth. He about to jump out.
I'm dancing like it's a Baptist church. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling it. You on that Nas flow.
Don't get ethered though.
Yeah, exactly. Tell him about it. Tell him you still lethal with them bars.
Yeah. So like I said, you can holler at your boy on Twitter. Or you can get me on an Xbox. My gamer tag is South, not for sale.
We're not selling it, man. Yo, I got the numbers, man. You might have
hey. Who's been hitting me up with some high numbers? I'm like, man, leave me alone.
Your Xbox Live message. I followed your timeline, and when you put up those Xbox Live, those screen caps of how much money people are. Why do people want this name?
I don't know, and that's why I asked. I go, why would you want it so bad? Like, really, you want to give 7 racks for a gamer tag?
What?
My name would have been sold yesterday. Yo, if he don't want to sell his. You hit my inbox. You say I want King OTW. You got it yesterday. I sell it to you right now.
I'll give it for half.
I want the full 7 rack. I want the full 7.
Hey, you better come back with these high racks.
7 racks. Whoa.
But seriously, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. It's been an honor. And, I got much love for all you guys.
Much love, man. And good to see you back out there, podcast. Just like riding a bike, man. Once you get back in it, I see you got the groove. Shout out to Crossfire, mooching them dudes. I heard you that night on Friday. That was lit. So it's good to see you back out there. And hopefully,
a little rusty, but you know what? A little bit of oil. I'll be back.
My boy got some balls.
A little bit of oil. I'll be back.
Back to scamming.
Dude,
Back to scamming. Podcasters, yo.
That's the problem. You've been doing too much scamming and not enough podcasts.
That's what it is. Got too much scamming on the mind.
I gotta watch out for that Asian lady. She might throw me down the elevator shaft.
Y'all gotta stop calling her. Yo, y'all fools, man. Shout out to Attic, man. Poor Attic, his phone was doing crazy. He had some situations he had to go into, but he'll be back, man. He'll be back. So the Attic fans,
I held him down.
You held him down. King held you down on that Pokemon. I know you want to get your point on. Lord Saul back in the building, man. Where can the fine people find you? What you got going on?
First off, big shout out to Southbound and Fastback for coming through. Like Cog said, this is long overdue.
Both of them, man. I'm hunting them.
For real. So thanks for coming through, guys. And I hope to meet you guys at events this year. I'm traveling this year, so I'll be around. So
yeah, he just came back from Puerto Rico. So he better travel.
I can't use that as an excuse. I'm like, all right, you're doing your own thing. You better come to events.
Came back and said, "Coño."
Yeah,
exactly. Dead. That boy got the cocaine in the system. Let's go.
Yeah, you know how that goes, man. So definitely, you guys can find me back on Red Dead this week, continuing my murderous ways in Red Dead later on this week. And you can find me on Twitter at Lord Southbound ILP and BX Sovereign on PSN and Xbox Live.
Ooh, my man. Lord King in the building, pushed through the sickness and all, came through for the lords in the realm. What's going on? Where can the fine people find you, man?
First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Fastback, to Southbound, and to Barry Bonds, Phil Spencer himself.
Bang, baby.
Yo, I am so happy that you guys came through. I saw who was showing up. I was praying that Southbound made it. If y'all didn't know, there was a couple of times that Southbound was supposed to be on, and for other circumstances, it didn't happen. And I really love this dude. I got pictures with this dude. Look at our Instagram. He's up there. Me and him is Joe Pesci and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The black Arnold Schwarzenegger and Joe Pesci. We up there together. We doing it.
You think I'm funny?
But I'm so honored to have you guys here, and like Cognito said, it's royalty in the building, and bend the knee. Much respect to you guys for paving the way and still doing what you're doing.
And
so
two
it doesn't
positive
matter.
brothers in the community. Let's shout them out, man. Fastback and
sure.
South do not get enough credit for the positivity they actually bringing people together. Everyone enjoys their company, so we gotta salute them on that too, man. Brothers doing it.
All right. So this week you got the spotlight coming with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I'm gonna do something different this week for Combat Talk with the King. So you're gonna get that this week separate before the weigh-in, before the fight, because the fight is coming. As you see these boxes that's in the bag, I got more boxes upstairs in the foyer. That's for KOS.
That KOS looking lit.
I just commissioned intro and intro music from Manny Music.
That beat that you got for KOS?
That's nothing compared to the.
Get at the IOP. I don't know.
Yo, Zoe. That's nothing compared to Arcade King's beat that's coming for the Arcade King hour. You're gonna check that out. That's coming too. I have a system that I'm getting built from Tiny Arcade Machines in Spain. So when that gets here, that show is going to be up too. Listen, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What else am I missing? Because I know it's something else that we got, right?
Yeah, we got. No, you got pretty much everything, man. We got the Spotify, Facebook, we got all that. Instagram, we got all that, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat today. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe on the channel. More stuff coming, man. Shout out to the stream team, Snaldo, L Boogie, saw in the chat at Lord MJ, the Young Blood, and of course the new addition, Lord Delapo, potentially perfect. He's got some great content out on the channel, man. Please check him out. He's got a review up, a hilarious review of a game. Suicide Guy. Yeah, if you want to find out about a game, Delapo gonna give you the scoop, man. Shout out to Dizzy, you know what I'm saying, and the team, you know what I'm saying. We got stuff going on the site tip. We're gonna break that news. Kai Boss is gonna have the audio later. And of course, make sure you guys still sign up for that Smash giveaway. It's coming soon. When is that closing down? So it should be very soon, right?
That is very soon. Yeah, that is next week, I believe. I think I gotta have Lord Southbound on that, but I believe that it's right before the game launches. So we still have a couple of days. So get on that. Go to Gleam and our Smash giveaway.
No doubt, baby. You already know the Iron Bank has spoken. And of course, no Flashpoint this week. Lord Bantis was with the fam during the Thanksgiving, but we will come back next week to give you that Destiny only content that you love. But yeah, man, that's what we got, man. Everybody, if anybody got nothing else, we're gonna enjoy our Sunday. Everybody's good. All right.
Yes,
peace.